back to Hickory, David Green. Now, David, usually when a man gets a weekend off, he takes a weekend off. What are you doing here?
Well, thank goodness I got two brothers, younger brothers that's running the Busch Series this year. And, you know, I miss Hickory, but I went out on a good note. You know, the Caterpillar team did a great job here a year ago to win the Sun Drop 400. So I'm not going to mess my record up any, so I'm going to watch today. But Jeff's having a great year. He won Las Vegas a couple weeks ago, and he's definitely a contender here today. And my middle brother Mark's his first year Busch racing full time, and first trip to Hickory, so he's excited and starting ninth here, or eighth rather. So I'm going to do a little spot today and soak up the sun like all these great fans are going to do.
Now, if you're spotting, are you spotting for both cars or just one of them?
Well, no, actually, just Mark today. Jeff's got enough experience. He knows what to do, and Mark's getting that way. So I think Mark's on one at about.
By postmark for their entry. The rest of them will all be according to owner's points. Starting in 46th position, driving number 48. From Uniform Store from Greenville, South Carolina, Randy Porter. Starting 30th, the Lux Bamafoon Chevrolet, car number 85. From Simpsonville, South Carolina, Shane Hall. In the 29th starting position, the car number 61, Little Tree Chevrolet. From North Haven Hill, New Hampshire, Mike Olson. In the 28th starting position, the car number 32, Hudson Technology Store. From Hickory, North Carolina, Jason Jarrett. In the 27th starting position, it's the car number 17, Pratt Single Chevrolet. From Colton, New York, Tim Engel. In the 26th starting position, driving the car number 6, Power Team Chevrolet. From Scarborough, Maine, Joe. In the 25th starting position, the Sherwin-Williams Ford, car number 89. From Stony Point, North Carolina, Johnny Chapman. Starting 24th, Slim Jim Chevrolet, car number 57. From Greenville, South Carolina, Jason Keller. In the 23rd starting position, it's the car number 4, Phoenix Racing Chevrolet. From Warren, Michigan, Tim Steele. Starting 22nd, the Big A Auto Parts Ford, car number 96. From Speedway, Indiana, Steve Green. Starting 21st, the MHCO USA Ford, car number 40. From Denver, Colorado, Jerry Robertson. In the 20th starting position is the car number 34, Royal Oak Charcoal Chevrolet. From Waterloo, New York, Mike McLaughlin. Our 19th starting position is from Shelburne, Vermont, in the Hype Chevrolet, car number 88, Kevin LePage. Starting 18th, the car number 99, What's There Chevrolet. From Cincinnati, Ohio, Glenn Allen Jr. Starting 17th, the Lysol Red X. Pecan Pontiac, car number 63. From Mount Clemens, Michigan, Tracy Leslie. Starting 16th, the car number 47, Sunoco Chevrolet. From Auburn, Massachusetts, Jeff Ford. Starting 15th, the Lance Mack Chevrolet, car number 43. From North Carolina, is Mitchell. Starting 14th, from Welcome, North Carolina, driving the car number 74, Mitchell Gasket MG and Blake Chevrolet, Mike Dillon. Starting 13th, driving the car number 2, HB Dilko Chevrolet, from East Northport, New York, Steve Park. Starting 12th, the car number 45, Hunter Specialty Chevrolet, from Manitowoc, New York, Greg Schatz. In the 11th starting position, the Diamond Red Chevrolet, car number 29, from Emporia, Virginia, Elliott Sattner. Starting 10th, also from him, in the Baroque Chevrolet, car number 1, Hermes. Starting 9th, car number 33, from Hope, Michigan, the Kleenex Chevrolet, Tim Theodore. Starting 8th, the car number 37, Timberwolf Chevrolet, from Owensboro, Kentucky, Mark Green. Starting 7th, the Barbasol Easy Care Ford, from Chesapeake, Virginia, Hilton Sawyer. Starting 6th, it's the Bell Hero, Aquafresh, Eagle Pontiac, from Monticello, Georgia, Royal, Scott Federal.
Anybody got it on?
I'll say about 5:45.
Our first starting position is the car number 8, Diamond Ridge.
Market? Hello? What's that? What's up, Rickus? No, this is Jay, brother. I heard you. You sound like Rickus. Might be so. Rickus doing his tires. Tire specialist. Hi, Bucket. Hey, Rickus. See, Bucket. Oh, Onion Head ain't got many fans. He says call him surprised. Where you at, Bucket? Hey, brother.
Let me remind you, if I could, about the housekeeping business after the race this afternoon. As I look around, you can tell we have quite a crowd here today. But it's very easy to get out of here tonight if you do one thing, and that is pay attention. If you have parked anywhere from the main sign out front, left towards turns 1 and 2, when you get ready to leave the Speedway, we're going up the pit road, so when you come to the highway, you can direct turn left. Now don't worry about it if you need to head east or west.
9 minutes till here.
But that's the way to really leave to be able to get back on the interstate and go. For all of you who are going to leave anywhere from the main sign east, or turn forward, or get to the highway to the left, turn right. The same thing, get in the other direction, just go to the road, get back on the interstate.
Martha, I was going to ask you if you were going to be standing in the corner, but I figured if I'm not using that for 3 pounds, I'm really up for that one. I've been on all races yet. I've never had to have 3 people work that.
Huh? Spraying again. Yeah. What's going on?
Well, they started
got 8 minutes yet.
6 after 4 now. I'm glad I did my stand-up already. Thank you, God.
Thank you. I'm done.
I sound like I'm running out of air. Panic, buddy. Martha, Jerry.
Fly me to the moon and maybe reach up. That's him for the stars. Hey. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Pum, 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 pum. Pum, 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 pum. Bum, bum. When you first come to me on camera, Pam, is it a one shot or a two? Okay. All right. Thank you. Oh my. Fly me to the moon. When do you plan on doing the Upjohn deal? Early in the show, or? All right. Yes, definitely. We should have plenty of them from which to choose. Indeed.
These are the national color will be Sergeant Mark Salmons, the Marine Corps color by Staff Sergeant Robert Liston, and the rifle team is Gunnery Sergeant Dick and Sergeant James Power.
1962. I have a child that's older now. I have a kid that's older than Kevin LePage.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's invitation to the Easter weekend is being offered by Brother Pat Evans of the Racing for Jesus Ministry, who's been traveling down to Hickory from Connecticut for the past 6 to 7 years to be with us for this event. I'd like to ask you now if you're with me for our invitation. Thank you, Robert. I just want our regular shot staff over here from Racing for Jesus and to tell you, Robert, it's a pleasure to see you here in a Divinity student, I understand. Congratulations.
She don't know what that's a Kool-Aid. That's my kid's mind.
Now, gentlemen, move your hats and bow your heads and let's pray. Heavenly Father, in the name of your Son and our Savior, we come to you in humility today and ask your Holy Spirit to step all over this place, to grant peace in our hearts, to ourselves, to the drivers, to those, the officials in charge. May you keep each one of them safe, along with the track crews and photographers, the flagmen up on the stands, and everyone involved in racing today. And Lord, may you let us do whatever we do to bring glory to you. And Father, especially in our prayers and our hearts, we remember the Nemechek family, and we just pray for them for strength and comfort in their time of grief. And Father, we thank you for all the blessings of this life. We thank you most.
The following is a special presentation of TNA.
That just by asking, we may have eternal life with you. And it's in his precious name that we pray. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, today's national anthem by another we're calling the singing crewman, Mike Powell. Mike is currently working for about his sellout team of Princess Theater. Mike?
Imagine going in somewhere in NASCAR for that haircut.
Can you see by the dawn's early rise?
Larry, let's get over here.
One so proud he heard at the twilight last gleaming through
Hey, that was Vidal Gold who did that for him. Thank you. Where do you want us standing? Are we here? Are we good? Two momentos. Two mementos. Break to get down on the booth. Need to get by? You got time. The following is a special presentation of TNN Motorsports. Springtime in the Carolinas. Birds chirping, relaxing days at the lake. Trees in bloom, a comforting, pastoral time of year. Springtime.
Whoa, Eli, that's not Hickory. Down to the inside, turn around. Now that's Hickory.
On a blustery afternoon in Hickory, North Carolina, you are looking at one of America's most famous short tracks, the birthplace of NASCAR stars. This is the Hickory Motor Speedway, the first true bull ring on the schedule here in 1997 for the NASCAR Busch Series. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Eli Gold. Welcome to Hickory. Hope you're having a great Easter weekend. You know, this racetrack, like every other bull ring in America, has a personality all its own. And Larry McReynolds, because of that, NASCAR has instituted some rule changes this weekend, which have been universally accepted by every single race team on the premises.
Well, that's right, Eli. If you remember back last year when the caution would come out and these cars would come in the pit, they'd be 2 and 3 deep, actually hanging out on pit road. What NASCAR done, they're going to throw a caution at lap 100 and lap 200. And unless you have a problem, that's the only time you can come in and change tires and make normal pit stops. Now, they hated to take pit crew competition and pit strategy out of the equation, but it's the only way they could come up with that would keep pit roads safe and keep pit stops on an equal ground.
And of note, you can make a pit stop of 2 or 3 or 4 laps in duration. Those laps won't count, and you won't lose your spot on the racetrack. If you go on the pit lane in the lead, stay a few laps, you'll still come back out with the lead. Also joining us today is Buddy Baker, a 3-time winner here, but he's still looking for a straightaway.
Eli, you know, you always hear about the front and back straightaway at Hickory. Well, basically, there's not a front and back straightaway. You're in a constant turn. When you come off turn 4, you're making a slight turn towards the start-finishing line, then you start feeding into the turn 1. So actually, you're really abusing the tires all the way around the speedway. But one guy that really has mastered Hickory Motor Speedway is standing with Matt Yoakum.
Buddy, that would be 2-time Hickory late model track champion and the only driver in today's field to win a Busch race here in Hickory, Dennis Setzer. He's had one of the fastest cars all weekend, but rain washed away any chance of winning the pole. Dennis, you'll start 15th. What's it going to take to get back into victory lane today?
Probably keep the fenders on the car. You know, the Lance Snacks car's been real good all weekend. You know, Ridley Motorsports and, you know, Doug Holbrook and all the guys done a great job. So we're excited about being here.
While rain snake-bit Setzer in qualifying, 2 other teams are doing a mighty big rain dance, hoping to go by points, and that's what happened. Starting 10th today will be Tim Fedowa in the base Motorsports Chevy. His teammate, 96 Busch Series champion Raina LaJoy, will roll off 3rd. And on the pole, by virtue of car winner points, is Todd Bodine, who searches for the elusive first victory here at Hickory.
But because of points, there are a lot of fellows who are watching our telecast at home today. That list, which includes Dale Earnhardt Jr., just didn't have enough points to qualify, nor an entry blank that was mailed in soon enough to get in that way. So a total of 10 teams not on hand, but everybody is set to go. The Galaxy Foods 400 is next on TNN Motorsports. Today's exclusive TNN coverage of the Galaxy Foods 400 is brought to you by Haviland Formula.
One, two, three. Hello, hello.
1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. Eli's not here yet.
He's not here, but we're ready. If anything, if you need us, we're ready.
Eli's here. He's putting his headset on.
I don't think Pam's enjoying me quite as much today. She don't feel good. I know.
All right. Yes. Stand by. All right, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, Pam. AutoZone, split fire, starting lineups. I got you. All right. Yeah.
Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp.
Today's exclusive TNN coverage of the Galaxy Foods 400 is brought to you by Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. By the more than 1,525 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. By Splitfire. Enter the performance zone with Splitfire Performance V spark plugs. And by Stanley. Since 1843, Stanley has been helping people do things right. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for today's event, brought to you by Splitfire. Enter the performance zone with Splitfire Performance V spark plugs. 6 consecutive top 10s for Brett Bodine. No finishes out of the top 10 for Phil Parsons. Randy LaJoie with 2 wins this year. Jeff Green, the winner at Las Vegas. You saw it here on TNN Motorsports. Dick Trickle from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. Top 3 finish in the last couple of races. And with a 6th at Darlington, Buckshot Jones. Elton Sawyer was 2nd at Atlanta earlier this year, while Mark Green has 1 top 10 finish in 6 events this season. From Base Motorsports, you've got Tim Fedowa along with Hermie Sadler. He's finished 2nd in the last 2 events here at Hickory. Elliott Sadler and Greg Sachs, who ran here for the first time back some 20 years ago. Row number 7 here today has Steve Park and Mike Dillon, a couple of the young stars in the NASCAR Busch Series. Dennis Setzer, the only former Busch Series winner at Hickory in today's field, and Jeff Fuller. Tracy Leslie and Glenn Allen, they will share row number 9, while row number 10 is Kevin LePage, celebrating his first anniversary with the Riddling Motorsports team, and Mike McLaughlin. As the field begins to roll, Jerry Robertson and Stevie Reeves will share row number 11. Row number 12, Tim Steele taking over for Jeff Purvis a couple of weeks ago, and Jason Keller. Johnny Chapman and Joe Bessie share row number 13. Tim Bender and 3rd generation star Jason Jarrett. He knows this track well. He'll start in 28th spot. Mike Olson down from the north. He'll start in 29th. Shane Hall will go 30th, and 31st is Randy Porter. That is the starting field for today's event, with $250,875 on the line. And why don't we take a look at all the numbers pertinent to today's race? The AutoZone Race Analysis brought to you by the more than 1,525 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. 300 laps around this racetrack. The track is banked 12 degrees in turns 1 and 2, 14 degrees in 3 and 4. What little straightaway there is, and we already heard your explanation, buddy, it's only 315 feet. I mean, that's literally nothing. And you've got 8 degrees of banking on those little straights. The field now getting the 1 to go signal, and they will be going racing the next time by. We, of course, have a number of in-car cameras for you today. Hermie Sadler, who finished 2nd here the last couple of races, he'll be taking us around the racetrack. Of course, Phil, a regular member of this broadcast crew, carries a camera each and every time that TNN has the NASCAR Busch Series for you. Dick Trickle, who starts 5th, will be taking us around this racetrack that measures .363 miles around. Also Kevin LePage, who's starting middle of the field. We are set to go racing. Again, 300 laps, 108.9 miles, and we are racing on Easter weekend at Hickory.
The inside groove here is definitely the way around. You see Todd Bodine get that jump. Phil Parsons trying to get to the bottom there in front of Randy LaJoie.
Riding with Dick Trickle, 1 lap in the books, and a clean lap at that.
We see Phil Parsons in 2nd place in the 10 car there. He's dropped back about 4 or 5 car lengths. These guys right now are really just kind of taking it easy. The racetrack's green, and you can see the cars are getting sideways coming up out of the corner at the moment.
Here goes Randy LaJoie with that battle against Phil.
Phil Parsons looked like he's a little bit loose up on the straightaway. There you see Jeff Green trying to work underneath him as well.
You know, Eli, this racetrack is like almost driving in sand. If you get in the throttle too much, the back end will jump right out from under you. You really have to be smooth on the throttle.
And that, folks, comes from a man who is a 3-time winner here at the Hickory Motor Speedway, Buddy Baker, as we ride with Phil Parsons. When we talk about the fact that we go X number of laps without a caution, the significance of that is that this racetrack in the decade of the 90s, only from 1990 through last year's race in 96, 22% of all the laps run here were run under caution. Good battle there for 4th now. Jeff Green makes the move and grabs it away from Phil Parsons. Oh, and they stack up in turn numbers 3 and 4. Shane Hall nose to the inside of the racetrack, but there is no caution. He will pull away. As you see, we remain under green.
Well, I can imagine Tim Bender was praying for a caution just then. He's about to go a lap down to Todd Bodine right now, so it would have been good for him to get that caution.
Here comes the lead pack. Again, the 17 trying to stay at the mercy of the leader right now and not go a lap down. Here goes the move around traffic. Here's what happened moments ago in 3 and 4. You see Robertson in the 40. You have others, Johnny Chapman there in the 89. Hall got around, and Shane Hall as well. Meanwhile, back up front, you see the leader, Todd Bodine, has gotten around the 17 of Tim Bender.
Bill Parsons, he just can't get to the bottom of this racetrack, and they just keep freight training him on the inside.
That's 5th place on back. Elton Sawyer in the 38, Bill in the 10, Tim Fedewa in the 33.
See, Tim Fedewa just under as they start off the corner there. Fedewa really didn't have a whole lot of practice time with this particular car. He had engine trouble yesterday and really didn't get to practice much, but they seem to be running quite well.
And remember, that right there is not for position. The 85 Shane Hall, he's the car who spun moments ago. Dick Trickle just trying to work around him in race traffic.
As we noted, these guys started by points, and they got an unusual practice this morning. Because of the lack of practice yesterday, they got about 2 hours this morning.
That's a great shot right there. You think they don't get close in the corner. Look at this.
Shane Hall, the 85, as we ride with Dick Trickle looking rearward from the Duralube machine. Still, Phil Parsons, you see him right there, that light blue number 10, still can't get in line. That's Mark Green and that green and blue machine right there to Phil's inside. And they're just not letting him in line.
Yeah, and you can see Hermie Sadler's digging in on the inside there, so he really can't get himself down. But now he's finally got a shot to get on the bottom of the track.
Here comes Elliott Sadler now. He'll be to the outside of Hermie Sadler here. The two Sadler brothers. Dennis Setzer had problems coming off the corner moments ago, just behind this pack of traffic, but he doesn't loop the car. Let's go check on what happened to Dennis Setzer. You see him in the 43 there, right of your screen with Steve Park.
Oh, man.
Yep.
That was a wreck that just didn't happen right there.
Meanwhile, back up front, it is still Todd Bodine, but Randy LaJoie has caught him. And that story is interesting because LaJoie had maybe 5 minutes of practice yesterday, went out early, lost an oil pump belt, engine problems followed, and they didn't get anything done before the rain set in for the rest of the day.
That car is named Ellie Mae, and it was one of Johnny Benson's favorite cars. They reskinned it, and they really love this race car on the short track.
It has won, that car has, at Nazareth, Pennsylvania. It has won at Indianapolis Raceway Park. It's the car they used at Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago after they wrecked their primary machine there. And Ellie Mae, with Randy LaJoie at the controls, is now leading here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. It is a sold-out grandstand here, not a seat to be had. Hope you're enjoying it where you are. We're coming right back. Yeah. I was in that accident before. Yeah. No good there, buddy, that stuff? No.
I bet Tim Bender wished he were in Atlanta again. He is getting shoved around, beat around. Look at that.
Just shove it to the outside and go on. You get caught on the outside,
you can have a birthday before you get back in line. That's right. Boy, I mean, Randy's checking out. Look at Jeff Green. Now that's your...
He'll be around for the finish.
There's going to be a little contact there.
It's still early. Trouble, turn 2.
Trouble, big trouble.
Right.
Uh-oh.
The 61, 45, and 89 were involved.
All right. I've got it.
Water 240.
There you see the problems that Mike Olson in the number 61 has to bring out the caution. Here's what happened in turn number 2.
Come off turn 2. There you see Johnny Chapman getting loose and right in front of Greg Sachs and
Mike Olson.
Mike Olson.
Yeah. And there you see the reason for the first caution flag of the afternoon. That man, Olson, is from the north, keeps his equipment at Bobby Dotter's shop here in the Carolinas. Bobby is here assisting as a, not so much crew chief, because he has his northern crew with him, but more of a supervisor, if you will. And there you see the Hunter Specialties group going to work on Greg Sachs's machine, who just couldn't get it wound down in time to avoid the accident. We are coming back. More from Hickory. It's still early. We'll be right back.
I laid out on that, because you did a good job on that. Just mentioned that Sachs was not involved. He just couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Reaction time from center to corner to the straightaway is like thousandths of a second.
NASCAR Thunder. Got it.
Look at
LaJoy.
I'd kick his. Trying to win a championship, and I'm hitting the pace car. What do you do when they do that? Want to choke them?
Today's exclusive TNN coverage of the Galaxy Foods 400 is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. At Napa, we keep America running. We remain under caution here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. A chance for us to remind you about the new official stores of NASCAR. NASCAR Thunder locations now at the Gwinnett Place Mall in Atlanta, the Haynes Mall in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the Westtown Mall in Knoxville, Tennessee, and the Vista Ridge Mall in Dallas, Texas. And later this year, there'll be additional stores opening. 10 to 12 locations will be announced throughout the course of this year. NASCAR Thunder, that is the official store of NASCAR, and check them out in those locations or one that will be opening near you before too much longer. Randy LaJoy, the race leader, under the caution. Todd Bodine is second. Jeff Green is third. Dick Trickle is fourth. And Elton Sawyer is fifth. You'd already know that, though, if you were online on your computer right now. At www.nascar.com, they give you all the updated information of NASCAR races as they unfold across the country. All the latest news, the scoring, all that garage information you'd like to get. Why not check it out? The official website of NASCAR, NASCAR online at www.nascar.com. While we continue with track cleanup, why don't we give you an interesting tech fact brought to you by the more than 1,525 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts.
NASCAR Winston Cup Series and NASCAR Busch Series are probably two of the safest divisions of motorsports in the country, and develop something that's going to take it one step closer to being as safe as we can possibly make it. Normally what we've had is, and always in NASCAR Winston Cup and Busch Series racing, is the regular window net is basically flush with the area of the outside of the car. This is for driver's impact, you know, to keep things from inside or outside of the car. It's just a safety precaution. What we've done, we've seen a little bit of a problem lately with the driver's head coming and sliding and slinging so far in an impact towards the window net area. So with the help of Bill Simpson and Simpson Race Products, Jeff Burton, our driver, and Tony Liberati, our co-car chief, they've designed a new inner, it's sort of like a sprint car type net, but it's a little bit stronger. We've got a ratchet area, we can ratchet it tight in the back of the car, And what it is about 6 or 8 inches closer to the driver's head. So if in the event of an impact, his helmet will hold in this net here before it ever gets to the outside window net. We think this is just going to continue.
Ideas for safety, you got to be all for it.
You cannot make the left side of that race car too safe. Anything they do really helps, and that is one thing you never want to see is the driver's head get towards the outside of the race car.
Well, that's the thing, you know, and what we've been taught working with all the manufacturers, Ford, GM, is try to get your driver in a capsule. Try to get his head in a capsule, his shoulders, and just get it where on impact, his body, his head especially, just moves the least amount upon impact.
So that's what's going on in the shops around the world of NASCAR, Winston Cup, and Busch Series racing. Carl Simmons giving the field the 1-to-go signal. He is backed up on the flag stand by Johnny Norton. Dennis Dillard behind the wheel of the safety vehicle here at Hickory. And we are about set to go green. Randy LaJoie, Todd Bodine, Jeff Green, Dick Trickle, Elton Sawyer, Tim Fedewa is 6th. Mark Green will go 7th, ahead of Phil Parsons, Hermie Sadler, and Elliott Sadler.
Have 3 cars out of the lead lap right now. They're the cars on the right side you see there.
Again, Shane Hall, the 85. Johnny Chapman, that black number 89, not on the lead lap. Of course, across the top of the screen, you'll see that rundown brought to you all afternoon by Napa Auto Parts. At Napa, we keep America running, and we'll keep that scroll going across the top of the screen so you'll know where your favorite driver is running.
Great move by Shane Hall. He got the jump on Randy LaJoie and now made up one of his laps.
He needs that caution to come out right now.
Well, Shane Hall now still on the tail end of the lead lap, but nevertheless, if he does get that caution, as you say, he'd be able to come back on around. Meanwhile, Jeff Green, the white machine, number 8, running in 3rd spot. Matt Yoakum, a good run for him.
Eli before is pretty good, but we're just missing something. So I walked down the garage and talked to my brother David, who happened to be just here watching this weekend because they're off in the Winston Cup Series. David won 4 straight holes here, and the race here last year, we compared my chassis notes to what he ran. He said, you know what? This is what you need. We told him a little secret. I think it's going to be on those weightless truck today.
I guess the bottom line is you've got to be able to turn in the middle of the corner here. I mean, that's not an Einstein-like statement, but it's really a factor here at a track like Hickory.
Eli, it's not how fast you get in the corner, it's how fast you can get off. That's one thing you do here. You overdrive the racetrack if you drive in too hard.
Jeff Green with 3 top 10s already in 1997. Riding with Dick Trickle right now. He's in 4th. Lap number 44 on the board of 300. Quick race, though, 108.9 miles. There you see the battle now for 2nd spot. Give it to Green as he'll go around Todd Bodine.
Todd Bodine has a little bit of a handling problem. You can see him get really loose getting into the corner right there. That can be 2 things on the short track. But right now, he's fighting a handling problem, and he's actually in the way of the cars that are trying to get by him at the moment.
Don't know if you can see it too clearly there, but he's really sawing on that steering wheel. There goes Dick Trickle now to the inside of Todd. That's for 3rd. Right behind, and Tim Fedewa as well. They aren't intending to let Todd Bodine back in line.
Todd really struggling to keep that car on the bottom. And you know, buddy, what you talked about a while ago, when I talked to a lot of the crew chiefs and drivers, what a lot of them are struggling with is they go through the center of the corner. The minute they pick the throttle up, the front end would want to shove. The front end just wouldn't bite. You'd have the wheels cut so far, then you'd lose the rear end of the car as you go up on the straightaway. A lot like we would do at Wilkesboro with the Winston Cup cars.
Something is wrong with Hermie Sadler's car in turn number 2. There's Hermie. We're riding with him right now. He has backslid significantly and is either water or sparks, or can't really tell. It's so bright out. But looking at the rear of the car, there's caution on the Speedway as Johnny Chapman spins in turn number 4.
Just a few minutes ago and brought out the first caution. Here he is again. A lot of damage on the right front.
Hey there now. There's also a problem. We see a little smoke from behind the 99 of Glenn Allen Jr. as the Luxair car goes up in the corner. We're just kind of looking from our perch right now. as we see the race leader, Randy LaJoie. Matt Yoakum, give us an update.
Eli, I just talked with the DeWalt team. They think they have a right front tire going down, so they're going to bring him in and take a look. And yes, it definitely is down. Now, under the rules, they can only change that tire under yellow. So he's going to get a new right front tire. A quick update on Todd Bodine. He's complaining that his car is loose, so he's just going to hang on until the 100 lap mark.
I tell you, that was a big break for Hermie Sadler.
It really was. You know, and again, he can only change that tire like Matt spoke of. He can only change that tire that was flat. It's going to take that tire a little bit to come in and get with the other 3 tires, but that'll still be a good advantage having that fresh right front tire.
So the defending NASCAR Busch Series champion Randy LaJoie is showing the way here at Hickory. We work the second caution of the afternoon. Thank you.
Can we talk to the pits? Hey, Matt.
Yes.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good stuff.
Water's too high.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to put water in the radiator.
All right, going to come back in?
Come back in.
All right, great, thanks.
Glenn Allen Jr. is running hot. You
I'm
can
sorry,
see the steam
guys.
coming out of the right rear
good,
corner.
no problem.
I couldn't hear what you were saying. I'm sorry. I was talking to...
No, you're fine.
Hermie's running hot, so he's...
All right, and Glenn Allen is overheating, too. That's what I saw before.
Also, the 43's water is up to 255, and they said that he might have been puking water out, so...
All right. I hate when that happens.
Me too.
One to go.
These cars don't have a fan, and a lot of them forget on these short, when they're running around here slow, to turn the fan on. They'll run hot. Yeah. That can happen. I'm not saying that's what it is, but... Tail end the lead lap, Hermie Sadler.
We'll have another caution here quick.
Trickle is just, he's doing everything about right now. And Elton Sawyer.
Time to give everybody a good day.
Ford has never won this race, right?
That's what we talked about the other day. I don't think so.
All right, thank you. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
We are back green here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. There you see the battle for the lead. Randy LaJoie, the 74. The 8 now is Jeff Green as they work through the corner and back to the stripe. Lap number 59 on the board of 300 here today.
You talk about the action picking up when this front bunch gets into lap traffic. You talk about tight. Right now, Jeff Green is all over the back of Randy LaJoie, as you can see right there. And when they get into lap traffic, that's really going to pick up the dance program.
But don't forget the guy in third place now, Dick Trickle right there. He ran here 26 years ago the first time in Harry Gant's backup car. And on that day, as Trickle said today, Harry won as Joe Bessie spins in turn 3. He said that Harry Gant won that day, and Trickle said, I came home in second. It's still green as everybody goes, as you see, beneath Joe Bessie, but caution is now being displayed. Bessie unable to move, and caution is on the speedway as Joe Bessie spins in turn number 3. Caution at lap number 62. We'll take another look and see exactly what happened, fellas, buddy.
See Joe Bessie right there. There's a little contact down the front back straightaway there. You see Hermie Sadler, whoa, just barely gets under the bottom side there.
Looked like he and Mike Dillon, like you say, we saw smoke come up. They had touched, obviously. And there's the crew now going to work on Joe Bessie's Power Team Chevrolet as they're in for service at lap number 63. Very interesting sponsor right there. You know what Power Team is? It's a company that brokers electricity from one portion of the country, in one area of the country, if it's real hot and everybody's using their air conditioning and stuff, this company will take power from Las Vegas and sell it to the power company in Alabama or something. It's a very interesting, I didn't know it existed even.
I knew that.
Well, good. I didn't have a clue.
It's pretty amazing where sponsorships is headed on these cars here.
Same NASCAR Busch Series teams will be heading to the new Texas Motor Speedway, the Coca-Cola 300, Saturday, April the 5th, 2 o'clock Eastern on CBS Sports. That's coming up next Saturday. And, of course, the NASCAR Winston Cup teams and the Interstate Batteries 500 a week from tomorrow, 2 o'clock Eastern time, all on CBS Sports. And then TNN will re-air the NASCAR Busch Series event, an encore presentation of that Coca-Cola 300 on Saturday, April the 12th at 11:30 p.m., 11:30 in the evening on Saturday, April the 12th. We saw Hermie Sadler up there before, involved real close to Joe Bessie's problem. Watch this. Let's ride with Hermie.
Okay, you can see the 6 car coming down. They go through turn 1. They start down towards the back straight. Little hit right there. They make contact again as they go down through the back straightaway. You can see they're highly, well, we won't see it, but what happened is the Dillon car got over into Joe Bessie's car going down the back straightaway. They made contact, turned him around, and Hermie Sadler almost run head on into him.
And the thing about it, the groove is so narrow over there. Eli, you talked about it in an opening. Bull ring.
Yeah.
That's what we are here at the Hickory. If you win the race, you're going to go home and put 2 sides on these race cars.
Now, most of these teams realize that. They expect it'll be beaten and banged on just a bit. They've got their Richmond cars, their Vegas cars, what have you. But, yeah, pretty much everybody says, when we're done with this one, put it in mothballs a while. Got time to get it fixed up before South Boston and Myrtle Beach later in the year. Let's go back again to Hermie Sadler's in-car. Let's take you all the way through and just watch what happens.
Larry, let's walk through this together. You can see the 6 car Bessie there on the outside. Dillon makes contact with him right there. The wreck actually started a lap before it actually happened. Now they're going down the back straightaway. I see what happened then.
Yeah,
the 6 car Bessie went over into Dillon and spun his own self out.
We're about a half lap from green. Matt Yoakum, what you got?
Well, Hermie Sadler's crew tells me that after the caution before, they came in quickly, pulled off the tape on the grill. The car is now cooled back down, but there is a problem with overheating on the 43 of Dennis Setzer. They're going to cut some holes in the grill. We'll get to that 100 lap mark.
We are at lap 67, 68 now going up on the board. Green flag, and we're back to work after the 3rd caution of the day. Randy LaJoie, the leader. The white car, number 8. Jeff Green in 2nd. Leaders beating and banging further behind them. I love this kind of racing.
So do I. I love it when it's 2 inches apart, and sometimes no inches apart. When they start rubbing, I love this racing. I'm just glad I don't have to fix them like you do, Larry.
There's a good scramble right there. The 38 is Elton Sawyer. The 33 is Tim Fedowa. You're watching it from Phil Parsons, who's running in the 8th spot right now. Just ahead of him is Jeff Green, or at least Mark Green, correct myself. He's in the 7th spot. Jeff is up in 2nd now. Todd Bodine trying to work through some race traffic. That black car 89 not on the same lap. Johnny Chapman involved in spins earlier.
You know, Larry, you can see that Bodine is really not handling quite well. He's going back through the field right now. He's just barely able to hold on to any type of position at all.
And we got a good shot there. You got actually see him saw in the steering wheel. That shows that that car is not going through the middle of the corner, not getting up off the corner. You almost saw him slide right there. So he's got 25 laps till he gets that confident lap 100. I'm sure they're going to make some adjustments on that car.
Mike Olson, he has retired his car for the day after being involved in an accident back on lap 26. He is now called in an afternoon, so the first retiree from this Galaxy Foods event.
You know, buddy, they talked about some of these cars running hot. It's warm here today. I mean, it feels like it's 100 degrees up in this booth, and I'm sure it's a lot more than that down there on that racetrack. And they run so many cautions. You know, some of them run electric fans, some of them run actually a steel-bladed steel fan with a shroud, and you get the beating and banging, you knock the nose in, and as they said, they left some tape on the grill. You don't have to run these cars wide open here at Hickory. You're going to be on the verge of running hot.
That's 8th place you're watching right now. Bill Parsons and Mike McLaughlin. Oh, and spins in front of them. Up into the wall goes Tim Bender. Caution is on the Speedway. Bender in 28th position, just ahead of that battle we were watching.
Boy, that car has a lot of damage to the rear there, and I can see some fluid coming out of the back of the car there. Hopefully it's water and not fuel.
So caution on the Speedway, 4th time. It comes out at lap number 78. And watch it again from Phil Parsons' car. We were riding with Phil. Watch what happens. Well, got side by side with another machine there. Johnny Chapman, the 89. It was Chapman who got into the corner with Chapman. And that, or at least with Bender, I should say. Chapman and Bender, and that was the problem. We're under caution. We're coming right back. Yeah. Could be a gas leak, you're right.
Good job, cameraman.
Yeah, good pickup, fellas. It is gasoline, Pam. They're going to go all around, I think, to check. Yeah. I remember that. I did it as an outro.
When are you going to start griping at me? Waffle House, donut shop, bagel, that's it, bagel bin, bagel bin, or whatever. Northeast
Yankees.
Yeah. Yes. You're in Gritsville now. Don't you love it when you have grits and people go, what is this?
Yeah.
Right. What is this, farina? Man, this is fun.
Billboards, replay, Peerless. Foods 400 is brought to you by the more than 1,525 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. Welcome back, everybody. You look at the damage to the front of the Channel Lock Chevy of Phil Parsons. By the way, if you're curious, we are calling this race the Galaxy Foods 300. It's 300 laps. You're seeing all of our fancy graphics that call it the Galaxy Foods 400. When this race finishes, there is a that run here on a weekly basis, also sponsored by the folks at Galaxy Foods. So hence you've got 400 laps of the day, but only 300 for this particular race. So didn't want you to get kind of curious as to what was going on. Let's take another look or so at that wreck that brought out the caution here for the 4th time.
Well, you can see Johnny Chapman inside of Bender there. Boy, there's nothing you can do once you take off backwards like that. And Bender had a lot of damage to his car there, and it was leaking fuel all the way around the racetrack. That's why we're having such a long caution here.
Here's how Kevin LePage saw it. And there's the aftermath off to his right as he goes by. So that's the reason we're under caution. 4th time today here at the Hickory Motor Speedway as the NASCAR Busch Series attacks the first bull ring of the 1997 schedule. Hey, you ever wonder what Ray Evernham and Steve Bird do at 6 in the morning at a bagel shop? Let's find out from the folks at Peerless Faucet. They do it for yourself faucet with this feature.
When you're a crew chief, you don't sleep much. When you're a crew chief from the north, you're looking for a place to get a good bagel and coffee. I ran into Steve Bird at 6 o'clock this morning at the Bagel Bin. Steve, Busch Grand National Racing kind of dominated that sport, that deal. I mean, in the less than 10 years, 3 championships, 3 different drivers, 2 different kinds of race cars, almost another championship with Kenny Wallace, and again a different kind of race car. Is there a formula?
Well, I don't know if there's a formula. I like to have a lot of fun. In racing, you know, we're from New England, and if you want to make money, you got to move south to make money. It's just been great. I've had, you know, 4 great drivers. They've all moved up to Winston Cup racing, and you got to have a good team. And Base Motorsports with Billy Nazarek and Jimmy Fitzgerald, we got a good team.
Got a good crew chief, too. One of the best races that I've ever seen engineered as another crew chief was Homestead, Florida last year. I was so impressed by what you guys did. You crashed early, got the car fixed, kept it on the lead lap, and then figured out, calculated a pit stop to take just enough fuel to know that you had to come out in front of David Green. What goes through your mind when you do something like that?
Well, Homestead, my stomach was turning, there's no doubt. We wanted to win that championship, but, you know, when he got in that accident and the guy says, oh, man, we're done. I says, hey, boys, we ain't done yet. The checkered flag ain't dropped. And them guys all pulled together, and, you know, we got that car fixed. We got it handling better, and if he had enough gas, I think he probably would have won it, because he was running third. He said, boys, I think we can win this. I said, no, Randy, you ain't got enough gas, you know. So he backed off. Everybody pulled together. It's just a great tribute to a team. You know what teamwork is, and it's a great team, Base Motorsports.
Indeed, it is a great team, and there is Randy LaJoy, for whom Steve Bird works. Of course, the other part of that team, Tim Fedewa, the Kleenex entry.
Quick racing hadn't changed the South. Bagel shop. Come on.
Exactly.
There you see the front end of Phil Parsons. As Carl was talking a while ago, see how it's all caved in? There's an aluminum box behind that grill work that directs the air through the radiator. And when you crunch it up like that, the air spills off, and that will definitely make the car run hot.
So that's what transpires there. We're still seeing a little water venting from behind the Glenn Allen Jr. automobile. We'll keep an eye on that for you. There he is, the number 99. When he gets up to any kind of racing speed, the overflow begins to spit out that fluid. Tim Bender has taken his car to the garage. He is done for the day, joining Mike Olson as the 2 retirees. Green flag. Greg Saxon, that green and gold car, wanted to get a lap back. Couldn't do it.
Boy, Randy LaJoy certainly wasn't having any part of that. He moved into that corner very, very hard. Jeff Green now clears back. So that brings the first 3 cars. A pretty open racetrack now.
They're going to get that caution in about 10 to 11 laps. So I guess if I'm a crew chief and I'm talking to one of these top 3 guys, I'm saying, guys, let's get to that lap 100, get some adjustment, get some fresh tires, and let's just settle down here.
The NASCAR timing and scoring recap across the top of the screen, presented by MCI, as they bring you all that goes on here today. And if you're just joining us and weren't with us when we signed on the air about 46 minutes ago, we'll mention again that caution that Larry McReynolds is alluding to is one that NASCAR will throw today at lap 100 and again at lap 200 to ease the congestion on the pit lane, a very tight racetrack last year with 2 and 3 wides parking, if you will, on the pit lane. It got to be a little unmanageable. So NASCAR is going to throw cautions today. The laps will not count, and you won't lose any positions in the exchange.
You see Elton Collier there running in 4th place, trying to get by Greg Sachs. It looks to me at the bottom of the racetrack is now getting a little greasy. Sachs is running on the outside there, not giving up an inch in the past 4 laps.
That's definitely the best we've seen anybody working that second groove. Actually pulling ahead a little bit down the back stretch there.
Remember, they're not battling for position. Sachs is a lap down to Elton Sawyer. Oh, and trouble in turn 4.
Tim Steele's involved in 4 car there. 63 as Tracy Leslie spins. They're trying to get back to the flag.
Here come the leaders.
Tracy Leslie's going to make it. Tim Steele, I believe he did make it.
The caution is on the Speedway. Lap number 95. Caution as Tim Steele driving the 4 and Tracy Leslie in the 63 spin in turn number 4. It happens in a hurry here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. As we mentioned, 22% of all laps run here in the 90s run under caution, but the other 78%, you more than get your money's worth. I promise you that. I promise you that.
we may get a restart here before that lap 100. There's about 4 laps to go, so we may get a couple of laps of racing in before they actually go to that caution.
Eli, we might also add every seat in the place is sold.
Yeah, Benny Young, the president of the track, came to us, oh goodness, early this morning and said, fellas, we've done it. Every seat is sold. We're going to sell some standing room now, and once that gets to be too much, we'll just shut her down for the day. And look at that grandstand. I mean, there is, and you know, people say, well, Easter weekend. Heck, they have run here on Easter Sunday in the past and turned people away. And that's what this part of the country loves about this short track racing. 1 to go. We're getting a restart again at lap number 98. They'll go a couple of laps before NASCAR throws that caution again at lap number 100 that we had talked about earlier. If you're curious about some of the guys in the middle of the field, we've seen Hermie Sadler and Kevin LePage get together. Watch this a few moments ago. Here comes Hermie.
Go high, go high, go high.
Pardon me.
I believe Hermie beat him back to the gas
That's what this track is about.
Been there and done that.
I bet you have. I'll bet. Green flag, and Greg Sachs gets his lap back. Here they come to the stripe. They're 2 laps from that caution, and Sachsie is there this time. Greg Sachs knows there's going to be a caution thrown in a lap and a half from now. Can he get his lap back?
Eli, he's been working really well in that second groove up there. Randy LaJoie is losing ground. Greg Sachs, he's going to make that lap up.
They go into the corner. Carl Simmons, the flag man, has the caution in hand, coming towards that 100-lap break. To the stripe. Caution. And Sachs has gotten his lap back. Greg Sachs launched, as Rusty Wallace likes to say, launched on that restart and kept everybody at bay. Good job for Greg Sachs. And caution is on the Speedway, lap number 100. And again, you can come in now and make your stop.
Let's do it as quick as we can.
You listen in now to the Dennis Setzer team there.
Make sure you look everything over. We'll be right.
Glenn Allen in that exchange also made up a lap, so everybody got through there pretty well on that restart.
And just to save confusion now, this caution is going to be 5 laps. None of these laps are going to count, and you can stay in the pits for at least 4 of those laps. They want you back on the racetrack and in line when they give the 1 to go, but the crews don't have to be in a flurry trying to get them back out there, because the thing about it here, with the cars all the way around the racetrack, about the minute you get in your pits, the pace car's coming back around.
So all of these pit stops should be very much routine. Again, you'll have time to make your stops, no pressure. Just do whatever you would normally do, and everybody will come back on the racetrack in the exact same position that they were in moments ago.
No, I want to talk.
Look at the 88. Look at the 88.
That's not good.
Ooh, a geyser.
Looks like 88. There he is. Looks like Old Faithful going off.
Yeah, keep at it.
Good camera work, guys. Thank you.
I think. Wow. Who said Old Faithful was miles away?
Now only need to talk into this. Press the button when I'm talking. But release the button to hear him.
Man, ain't working. We gotta fix it.
Yeah, you better put some water in that 88. I don't know how much it holds, but you've used over half of it up.
Didn't let the jack down.
Look at Trickle. He's gonna make somebody mad.
Coming down.
What? All
Look at
running
that.
hot?
Buckshot's doing it too. Look at his.
We had pressure. Need some pressure here, Richie. Give me some pressure in the tank.
You know what they're gonna say? Turn the fan on.
Look at that. What the hell's going on?
Well, when you run them around there and you come around, you have most of them have an electric fan, and they forget to turn them on, and they coast around here.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hickory Motor Speedway, the Galaxy Foods 400. We thought these were going to be routine pit stops, but Buddy Baker, looks like we've found old faithful here.
Well, Eli, you're running almost 220 degrees of water temperature, and when you slow down, you cut down the amount of air going in the front of the car, and all of a sudden, the water temperature goes to 260, and this is what happened.
We've seen it on this machine. We saw it on the on the Kevin LePage machine. That's the problem he had moments ago. We saw Buckshot Jones' car having problems. Dennis Setzer's machine right there.
And that's the thing. These things can stand to run maybe even 230, 240 on the racetrack. But when they slow down and they start pushing the water out, that's when they get in trouble. It's almost hard to overcome.
Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
Guys, you talk about overheating. Dennis Setzer's car has reached 280. He says the motor's starting to tighten up a little bit. They're going to try to cut some holes in the front valves to get some air into the car. Now up front, bad news for everybody else. Randy LaJoie says his car is great. They didn't make any chassis adjustments, just 4 tires, and he was down and away. Now Todd Bodine, his car got progressively loose over the course of the run. They adjusted his car with a little bit of wedge and track bar, and the same goes to Mike McLaughlin.
Now the fellows with the overheating problems, remember, you have Buckshot Jones, he was running in 10th spot. You've got Dennis Setzer in 12th, Kevin LePage in 15th position, so we'll keep our eyes on all of those fellows as we are about set to go back to green. Green flag in the air, lap 101 now. Again, the laps during the caution did not count. Now we're back to work at lap 101.
Notice it was a single file restart. Everybody just went back to where they was when the caution come out, and it was a single file restart. No
Even the lap cars.
Even the lap cars.
Even the lap cars. It wasn't just the leaders moving to the front. You stayed physically exactly where you were.
I was watching Dennis Setzer's car. He said that he was having a problem until that car cooled down a little bit. He's afraid to put his foot back in. He's about to go a lap down.
This battle for the lead is going to be a good one right here. Randy LaJoie and Jeff Green.
Yeah, Randy didn't work on that car, but he wasn't looking in the mirror very much. Jeff Green was eating him up before that caution come out.
It'll be interesting to see if Randy's car gets a little bit better as they go, as Jeff Green moves under and coming off turn 3.
LaJoie's had the lead since lap 20.
Right now, what Randy has to do is really hold him down and not let him have a good run up out of the corner. See, Jeff Green fighting back very hard on the inside there.
Buddy, that's what you call door handle to door handle right there.
That's it. That's short track racing at its best, and these guys are going at it.
For the lead.
There you see Mr. Trickle moving into the picture right there.
Yeah, when they run side by side like that, Trickle's back there using the whole racetrack, using that groove that he wants for his car. And I tell you, Tim Feeder was moving in there very well in the 33 car in 5th place.
We're at lap 107.
One of these guys will get tired of this side-by-side before too long, especially when Dick Trickle gets up there and gives him a little root. Just pops him every once in a while.
Randy just can't quite get back down to the inside of the racetrack there. You heard the spotter tell him clear, and he's back in front. You know what I was going to say a while ago? These guys talked about when they put fresh tires on that the cars would feel pretty loose at first till the air pressure built up.
Pit stop now for Jerry Robertson. He has a left rear tire that was going flat. He'll make an unscheduled stop at lap number 110.
Well, what Jeff Green's doing in 2nd place there, he cannot run on the very bottom. Now he's trying to get back up under Randy LaJoie, but they're fixing to get into lap traffic. You don't want to be side by side when you get in lap traffic.
If you're a Joe Bessie fan, he makes an unscheduled stop at lap number 111. The crew going to work on the right of his car. Meanwhile, we watch this great battle for the lead.
Randy just can't keep his car down coming up off the corner. That's where Jeff almost gets a nose up under.
Look at the first 4 cars now. Tim Feeder was moved into 4th place there, and he is right on the back bumper of Dick Trickle. Great job for him. I think it's probably the best race for him all year long.
Tim Feeder averaging a 20th place start and a 16th place finish. So this is far and away one of those afternoons he's been looking for. We're coming right back.
We were ready. Ow! This is going to be, these guys are whamming each other, I'm telling you. I feel good, like I knew you would now.
Randy's just not
57 and 3 is a great battle, and they're going to put...
It's just a matter of time before Jeff Green gets under Randy LaJoy strong enough, and a teammate might make it happen.
See right there, just how he has to wash out.
Yeah.
Trouble backstretch. Hermie
Sadler.
They stayed green. Black flagging somebody.
Look at this.
72.
Side by side for the lead, guys.
They're black flagging the 72.
You're running it too clean.
Oh, bang, whang, bang. There he goes.
That's what I wanted. Not a baby. He's digging. Get your rhythm now.
Do you hear that guy say you're running him too clean?
Yeah. Whoa. A big-time Pam Jam.
Good.
Well, can we show the whole last lap even? Say that.
No. Be cool, kid.
Yes, Carl Simmons is again showing the caution, and it was a big-time one in the battle for the lead. LaJoy had lost the lead to Jeff Green. Then they came battling back. Let's take you back a lap or so ago and follow it. This was the battle for the lead.
All right, that's down the backstretch going into turn 3. There you see Jeff Green under him. Randy just not working right there on the exit.
Okay, we can hear the spotter say you're running him too clean. You can see he lays on Randy LaJoy just a little bit to get by and make the pass. Now, when you do that, there's a price for that. Watch Randy LaJoy here.
You have a wicked laugh, you know that?
Let me tell you, I've been in that spot, and it does make you mad when they wash you out like that.
So we are under caution for the 7th time this afternoon. Lap number 119 of 300 on the board. Randy LaJoy is still the leader.
Hey guys,
yeah.
The 88's blowing water out from under the hood if you get a chance to see it. But stop doing it now.
All right. Oh, that was good stuff. That feel good. So good. Yeah. Yeah, we saw that.
Hey, we have it.
We already used it.
We've already
had
used it, Pam.
It was part of that.
I mean, I said it.
It was part of that deal.
They said he was running too clean.
Yeah.
I don't know that we can add to what we've already done on that.
I wouldn't push it. I think we've...
Randy would like to stay in the lead.
Birdie went over and said something to the official right before that big crash, so it must have been the little hello, how you doing nudge.
Tell you what, he did that complete count and still 6th.
Yeah.
All right, we also need to do something on Jason Keller. He has gone from 24th to 11th now, and we've barely mentioned his name, the 57.
Eli.
Yo.
He made that big spin, nearly got run over by everybody on the racetrack, and only dropped the 5th.
Yet. Hang on.
Green.
Good point. All right, we'll talk about that. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. There ain't time to do squat at this place.
This thing will be over before we get 4th.
Got it. Highway transportation provided by Winnebago Industries, the official motorhome of TNN. Stop by your local Winnebago or Itasca dealer now and see the new models available. For more information on the Winnebago Motorsports team, please call 1-800-643-4892, extension 2. Green flag in the air. Welcome back to the Hickory Motor Speedway. Randy LaJoie, the leader. As soon as everything sorts out here, we'll show you some other replays of a Hermie Sadler spin a short while ago, and again what went on a few moments ago between LaJoie and Jeff Green.
Well, Randy LaJoie is running first in the Steve Bird prepared car, and in third place, Speedway has moved in there. I mean, they brought 2 cars to the track. They're running first and third right at the moment.
And Jeff Green, even with all that mess of before, he has only gone where he is to 5th. He has only backslid to 5th, so he's still very much in the picture here today.
I think it was a situation he spun. The front straightaway was blocked so bad by his car, everybody just basically had to stop till he got going, and that's how he held that position.
Let's go back again and show you some of the incidents that took place a moment ago and bring you up to speed. Riding with the Hermie Sadler car. We told you Hermie had a spin a while ago. He went off the corner. His spin came right off of turn number 2. He's in 1 right now.
I believe he got tagged from behind just a little bit because you saw the steering wheel jerk. That's normally an indication somebody tapped you from behind.
And now here's Dick Trickle's view of Jeff Green and Randy LaJoie.
Well, you can see Jeff go over into Randy just a little bit. Randy goes down there, his foot slips off the brake, and bang! I'm being nice, folks.
And look, how does Trickle even know where to go there? I mean, his view is totally blocked. As we take you back to Green, and there you see Elton Sawyer in the 38, and Jeff Green in the 8. There comes his brother now. That's Mark Green in the 37.
You see the damage on the right front corner of the 8 car there. It might have knocked the toe in out just a little bit. The car is not running like it was before the spin.
And one thing else that could have happened, he spun those tires pretty hard. He could have what we call flat spotted the tires. That'll make a pretty wicked handling race car that he can get those things off there.
We are at lap 132. Just joining us, 7 cautions. 2 teams in the garage area, Mike Olson and Tim Bender, and now Jerry Robertson taking his car to the pit lane. Oh, spinning is Tim Steele on the main straightaway. Oh, here comes Stevie Reeves, who just couldn't avoid him, and caution is on the speedway. Oh, Stevie was, you could just tell, you could almost put yourself in the seat and say, which way should I go?
There's not a lot of choices coming off 4 here, and it just a lot of damage to that Tim Steele car right there.
You know, people don't realize, just watching on TV, from the center of the corner to the straightaway is just hundreds of seconds. So, I mean, you're in it if you see it almost.
Lap 134, caution on the speedway, and a good bit of damage on the James Finch-owned number 4. We're coming back. More from Hickory in a moment.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Speak to me, brethren, from the pits.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás y tú?
Yeah, muy bien, gracias.
Okay.
Hey, Matt.
Yes, sir.
I believe they made some improvements on Todd Godine's car, didn't they? Looks a little better.
Yeah, I think I saw them dropping maybe the track bar and yeah. Okay, I'm trying to see the 8 bunch came running down to the 37, so I was trying to hang out and see what they were talking about.
Go there. Clear the second free. Go high. Good job, baby.
Did Sachs get a whack there or what?
All right, we're going to
Because everybody checked up. All right. Who was that? Setzer we were with? No. LePage, all right.
He's not helping his heating conditions.
Do you want to...
There he is back in
Yes,
there.
ma'am. Oh, God, I ma'amed her.
Ma'am? Who ma'am?
I did. It'll be a long walk back to exit 25.
You're right, pal. Oh. I thought Kevin...
Well, we're down here, so whenever we get back, we'll grab a flight.
Ma'am? No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Today's exclusive TNN coverage of the Galaxy Foods 400 is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. At Napa, we keep America running. And by Peerless Faucets, the do-it-for-yourself faucets. Welcome back with Larry McReynolds, Buddy Baker, and Matt Yoakum, Eli Gold at Hickory. We're a lap from going green. Let's take a look again at what transpired off turn number 4 before, and the indecision as to which way to go. That was the spin of earlier with Jeff Green going around.
Go there. Clear second free. Go high, go high. Good job, baby.
There you hear the spotter really pumping up that driver. That spotter's really important as we go back to green here.
And we are back to green at lap 139.
The trickle trying to get under Johnny Chapman there. He'd like to have a lot of racetracks to try to run down the 74 car of LaJoy. Finally gets by. Now they ought to really pick up the pace here. You know, Todd Bodine was struggling just a little while ago. He's moved into 4th spot. You can see him just behind there in that yellow car. He's really moving up on the lead spots right now.
Works inside of Johnny Chapman in the 89, who is not on the lead lap.
This car definitely working better than it did in that first 100 laps.
We're at lap 141. Matt, what has Clyde McLeod and the bunch done on Todd's car?
Let's find out. Clyde, running forward in case of adjustment on the last stop. What did you feel, and how is the car now?
Car, Stanley Pontiac started out very loose, Wes, and we don't know if it was a mismatched set of tires or what, but we've made some changes to tighten it up. It's not too bad now. If anything's a little tight off.
Well, he's currently running fourth. He's never won here at Hickory. He'd like to end that mark today.
Todd's wife, Lynn, had a birthday a couple of days ago. We want to wish her a happy birthday. There's Jack Mann also celebrating a birthday today. John Fabian is turning 42 today on that team.
Buddy, you heard him say their car's just a little bit tight. I would say you don't want it pushing here, but you could run around here a lot faster, a lot longer.
Oh, up goes Jason Jarrett. Jason the Jet Jarrett goes high into the corner. No caution, not at all. He was running in 17th spot, Jarrett was. No, he's going into the wall again in turn 1 as he can't steer the automobile now.
I think he got into the wall so hard that it rubbed into the tire and blew the right front tire out, and he went right into the wall at the end of the front straightaway.
Caution is on the Speedway.
Jason Jarrett, third-generation driver, the son of Dale, the grandson of Ned, brings out the caution here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. We're coming back as the NASCAR Busch Series runs the Galaxy Foods 300.
What's that? Oh, you mean
where the spotter was talking.
Tim Steele.
That's all right.
I tell you what.
All right.
It's good to watch, but it's hard to fix, isn't it?
And which replay is this going to be now? All right. Okay.
Guys, whoever does the Jason Jarrett, if we have a replay, he got in really hard, lost the back end, and then there's a lot of stay dry on the outside there. Once he hit the stay dry, it's like he's on grease. I mean,
where was he? He was still on the lead lap.
He
where
was in 17th. Yeah, he was running well.
Respectful, yeah.
Yeah, he was having a good run.
and Dennis Setzer is still there.
At 280.
280.
Only 2 laps down.
Don't do that to me. Y'all did that to me at Loudon. It took me 30 laps to recover.
Brought to you by Gladiator and Universal Luxury Vans, the official vans of tracks, teams, and drivers throughout the NASCAR world. Call 1-800-445-2825 for a dealer near you.
The spotters high atop the grandstand as we are halfway through the Galaxy Foods 300 here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. How valuable are the spotters? Just listen in to this of a moment or so ago.
Go there. Clear second place. Go high, go high. Good job, baby. All right, we're going to have to come back in. Let's get in and get that hood. It got bent down. Let's get the
That's
hood
Kevin
back.
LePage, his spotter, telling him what to do and then saying, well done.
Well, see, what was good about the spotter there is Kevin could not see the wreck because he was tucked up right behind Hermie Sadler, and that's where a spotter is so valuable. I would say this would be about like spotting at Bristol. Things are happening so fast.
And also a cheerleader. You can hear him saying, good job, man, and that kind of brings that driver back. Let's get after it now.
Jason Jarrett back on the racetrack. He was having a very respectable run in 17th, and they have replaced the couple of parts and pieces. He's lost a couple of laps. He's in 25th, but Jason Jarrett's still out there running as we're back to green at lap 152. Randy LaJoy showing the way. Took the lead most recently at lap 118.
Larry, this first 4 are really getting tight here. As you can see, Dick Trickle in the 64 on the bottom side there. He's fighting for every inch right now. Just behind him, 10 feet, we're moving in there.
All 4 of these cars are really working good. They're really pretty equal right now.
You can see as they go down in the corner from that shot right there, they run right up on the back bumper, and then they accelerate off. One thing you don't want to do is overrun your tires right now.
And that's what you see right here. This is going into the corner right there. Tim Fiedler pulls right up on Dick Trickle, but he pays the price on the exit of the corner. It's like he's overdriving the entrance just a little bit.
There you see Trickle and Fiedler. Trickle driving for Shoemaker Racing. Fiedler, the second car in the other car, shall we say, in Base Motorsports stable.
Fiedler's car really gets in the corner good. He's hanging right with Dick there off the corner.
You know, Elton Sawyer in the 38, just behind this group right here, is doing a great job. Ford has never won here at Hickory in the Busch Grand National Races. You can see him running a very, very strong fifth right at the moment.
We watch Speedway right there, back in the top 10 in points. He is 10th after starting and finishing 14th at Darlington a weekend ago. Meanwhile, Jason Jarrett, we told you, running in 25th position. Couple now make it 3 laps down. He's 3 laps in arrears. Let's get a thought or two from his pit area, Matt.
Watching Jason Scroggins on top of the truck. Dale, how's the car now for the pit?
It's beat up a little now, but that's to be expected. He was doing a great job. He just got in a little bit high, a little hard going into 3. Not much room for error here, but awful proud of him. Did a good job.
Yeah, the main goal for Jason today was just long miles. Don't worry about the finish. And he's going to run another late model race later tonight.
Jason Jarrett entering his 4th season of racing here at Hickory. Began in the limited division and picked up a rare win during that rookie season. He was always in the top 5 here last year, and there you see the history of the Jarrett family here with Ned. Not only the track champion, he owned the place too. He was the promoter, did it all, sold hot dogs, took tickets. Ned was a jack of all trades here at Hickory. And of course, Dale Jarrett, who won here in the NASCAR Busch Series, and now Jason Jarrett. As you go back up front, you see the spread from 1st to 2nd to 3rd. And now here's a good brotherly battle. 6th and 7th spot there for Jeff Green in the 8th, Mark Green in the 37th.
You know, I think Mark Green might be a little bit quicker than Jeff is, but you don't want to wreck your brother, but he's doing everything he can to get under him right now and get that spot.
And you know, we spoke earlier, whether it be toe out or whether it be flat spotted tires, that car is just not what it was before that spin while ago.
NASCAR timing and scoring across the top of the screen, presented by MCI, the official telecommunications company of NASCAR. There's trouble in turn number 1. 3 cars, 4 cars get together, and caution is on the speedway. There you see Kevin LePage again. We had Shane Hall involved there. Total of 4 cars getting a piece of that incident.
You can see the 88 car there, Kevin LePage. The water is just pouring out, overflow on that car. He's running very hot.
And you know, people's probably wondering why water is running out below the windshield. A lot of times that's where they'll run the overflow hose. And one good thing about running it there is if the driver's not looking at a temperature gauge, which would be hard to do here, he can see the water puking out that overflow hose right there on his windshield.
Nicely put.
Can't change tires, Ricky.
And there you see the pit stop now for LePage and for Jerry Robertson again. Let's go to Kevin LePage's in-car camera, see what it looks like now out the rear, first off.
Come down the front straightaway into turn 1.
You saw Glenn Allen break loose trying to avoid.
Eli, he got hit severely from the back. Glenn Allen really got turned from behind. That's what really started the wreck.
Mike Dillon also involved in that incident. There you see the work being done on Glenn Allen Jr.'s automobile, David Ift and the crew.
Trying to get that rear bumper off. I mean, he really got slammed from behind. You can see the back of the car is about 1.5 feet shorter than it was before he got hit.
Now there you saw him make that left-hand turn right there like he was going to the infield. The exit of pit road is actually off of turn 2.
Indeed it is, as we work caution here for the 10th time. You know, when we talk about the competitors in racing, the crew chiefs, team owners, we don't often have a chance to mention the other important people behind the scenes that bring motorsports television into your homes. The thousands of people who work the long hours and weekends to help bring the entertainment and the spirit of competition to you, the racing fan. And as you know, when we lose a member of our racing family, everyone feels a sense of loss, and the same is true for our television family. One of the men behind the scenes here at TNN who spent hours, days, and literally years on the road driving and engineering TNN's satellite uplink truck from track to track. He was a fellow named John Long. Those of us who knew him affectionately called him Up John because his craft was beaming television signals up into space and then back down to Earth and into your homes. Well, we lost John this week, suddenly, without warning and without having a proper chance to say thanks and goodbye. And as usual, he was on the road, returning from a weekend of racing, preparing for a little rest and relaxation, and then off again to another race. To his wife, Kathleen, sons John and Michael, we offer our heartfelt sympathy and hope that they find strength in knowing that John is even closer to us now as we continue to beam the images of racing into the heavens, and that he is now there to care for them as they pass through. Good. Well done.
Yes, it was there.
Is our mics open to Matt right now?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
What's the story on Jeff Green? Car not quite what it was.
That's what I'm asking Wes. Hey, Wes, what's wrong with the car?
Well, the spun us around up there. I think it's just these rear tires now. It's extremely loose right now. It doesn't seem like the rear tires are wore out. So they spun us around up there. That tires are long.
Okay. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the tires real hot? Was that it?
Yeah, we're going green here right now.
What?
Just now, back to green here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. Lap 172 on the board. We are 28 away from the next mandated NASCAR caution period. And Randy LaJoie still shows the way over Dick Trickle in second. Tim Fedewa in the 33 is running third. Todd Bodine and Elton Sawyer rounding out the top five. Jeff Green is now in sixth. Mark Green is seventh. Buckshot Jones is eighth. Mike McLaughlin restarting ninth. Haven't talked much about Jason Keller. He is now in the top 10, and he started way back in 24th spot. Very quietly, the Slim Jim colors climbing up to the top 10 here today. And he's done a good job staying out of trouble.
Well, again, you know, I think his performance in qualifying certainly don't relate because of starting by points, but Jason Keller's car has always worked good on a flat short track like this. He won Indianapolis. He was good at Richmond several weeks ago, so I think this type of racetrack really fits his style.
Well, it's just like in Darlington. He ran in the lead lap, was right up front, made a pit stop. The caution comes out the next lap. You got to have luck, too.
Steve Park just going around Phil Parsons. That's 11th spot now being battled for. Jeff Fuller is there as well in the number 47.
Phil Parsons started second in the points, just not quite having the day here I'm sure he had hoped for.
Up front, no challenge yet for Randy LaJoie. As we watch the battles midway through the pack. Randy Porter, the 48, he's in the lead lap there, the green and white machine. He's right now going to be challenging for a top 13 or 14 spot. That is he in the 48.
Yeah, in the 47 there, Jeff Fuller is doing a good job of keeping in the lead lap right now. I think he has some adjustments to make on that car, but he's running a very good, steady race right at the moment.
Of course, they've got Ray Stonkus now on board as their chassis specialist. Used to work in the old days with Pete Hamilton, with Chrysler Corporation, a really good chassis guy, and he's been working with that Sunoco team. There you see Elton Sawyer and Todd Bodine, the 38 and the 36. That's fourth and fifth spot that they're battling for.
Elton Sawyer just passed him the lap before we go on to see him there. Steve Park right now is getting a lot of attention from Parsons there as they go through the corner.
That's 11th spot. Steve Park said this is like some of the short tracks that used to run back home on Long Island. Also up through New England, Lee USA Speedway, Jennerstown Speedway. They're different mileage, obviously, but he said, I'm used to those tracks. Good scramble right there. Meanwhile, for the lead, Dick Trickle is inside of Randy LaJoie. This is lap 184.
Boy, that's a lot of experience right there in that 64 car. Dick Trickle, probably the winningest driver in America.
Again,
I bet he's won 1,000 races.
Oh, easy. First ran here 26 years ago. Came in, hadn't seen the place, finished second in a Harry Gant backup car.
Clear.
There you heard his father say clear, and he just moved back down the inside.
Well, what Trickle did there, he made a run at him. One thing he won't do is abuse his car to get by him this early in the race. He knows they're going to stop at just a few laps on competition yellow.
I think that's the thing. These guys, again, know they're going to get 4 good tires here shortly so they can go out there and kind of get on limb. There you see Randy really with his hands full off of turn 4, real loose up off the corner.
They're exactly right. You can see fishtail there. When he gets back in the throttle, Randy LaJoie's got his hands full right now with the loose race car.
I'm going to bet they're going to make some adjustments on it this caution.
Yeah, they'll work on it. I think LFA is getting a little nasty to handle.
And you know, Dick Trickle, you got to, every time we do a race, we're talking about Trickle battling for the lead. And you got to remember Dennis Shoemaker, who owns Trickle's team, they operate on a limited budget.
Inside.
Here comes Trickle on the inside. He couldn't make it there. Randy LaJoie just got a bite the center part of the corner there.
In the last few weeks, Trickle is in the 64 going for the lead. He's gone from 20th to 13th to 8th and now 6th in points in the last 4 races.
Dick can get up under him, getting to the center of the corner, but Randy gets that momentum coming up off the corner.
We're 10 laps from a caution.
Randy LaJoie has to remember the big picture right now. He is fighting a loose race car. Dick Trickle's car is working very well on the bottom of the racetrack.
All right, here they go through 1 and 2. Right here, Randy's not quite as good up off the corner off turn 2 as he is good off of turn 4. There, Dick gets under going through 3 and 4.
And they got traffic now to deal with.
Yeah, they can't go through there side by side. Let Trickle fall in line until they clear the flat traffic.
They go around Tim Steele in the 4. They've got to deal with the yellow 85 of Shane Hall. There he is, just ahead of the leaders.
7 laps to lap 200 right here, so 7 more laps of racing.
And there'll be a 5-lap period of caution, and then another 100 laps of racing. We're nowhere near done with this one.
You think going through the corner is important right now? The important part is what you do to the car when they stop with this 5-lap yellow. In just a few moments from now, what they do will determine who wins this race.
It'll be their last time to make adjustments and their last set of tires to carry them to the end.
Inside of Shane Hall, putting him another lap down in the Lux number 85. Outside of Jason Jarrett.
Did you see Dick Trickle thread the needle right there?
Yeah.
He don't need a rocking chair. That boy's still here. Dick Trickle, I guess he's 55 years old right now, but don't tell him that. He thinks he's 23 today.
And Larry, you and I were talking with Dick earlier this afternoon. He said, I just love being at a racetrack.
He really does. This is the same car that he run at Las Vegas. There you see him almost getting underneath Randy. Through turn 1 and 2. I believe if Dick can ever get that nose in front of him, he can go ahead and clear him. But as they go down the back stretch, Randy pulls ahead again.
Lap 198. A NASCAR mandated caution comes up in 2 laps. Trickle is there.
People in the booth are getting excited now. I'm telling you, folks, this is good. Dick Trickle is fighting Randy LaJoie right now. Randy is fighting just to stay in the racetrack.
Randy led that lap. Caution is in the hand of Carl Simmons. He'll display it next time by. It may well be Trickle. You're riding with Dick.
Let's see, they come off turn 4. Who's it going to be? I believe Trickle beats him to the line.
Trickle by inches at lap 200. Caution is on the Speedway.
Not one person sitting down in the grandstands right now. These people are standing and really enjoying great short track racing.
And we still got 100 laps to go.
We do that. We do that. Phew.
Look at the fans. They are waving and clapping and cheering.
These folks are...
That's some great racing.
I'm standing. I got a nice chair, but I've been standing all the way.
All right, what's the plan now, Matt Yoakum? What is Steve Bird and Billy Nasowitz and the guys going to do on Randy LaJoie's car?
Eli, I talked to them, and they said that, you know, Randy's complaining the car is just a tad loose. The bigger thing with the Phoenix Chevrolet is the car is running a little bit hot. They're going to pull the tape off the grill under this caution. Now, an update on Jeff Green. He was complaining he thought he might have had a right rear tire going down. His brother pulled up under the previous caution, looked at it, said, no, you're fine. He just thinks he heated them up when he spun on lap 117.
So caution is on the Speedway. 5 laps. They will not be scored. Everybody has a chance to make their stops at a relatively leisurely pace. That's the running order with 100 laps to go.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah,
yes. You might tell Steve Bird he's a little bit more than just a little loose. Just a little bit more.
I'm going to tell you what. He earned every lap.
Yeah, boy.
Pam, if we come back, you want to try to talk to LaJoie? Okay.
Get that hood up. You might not get it back down.
All right.
Be okay. For drink of water, Tiger? No. Pull that piece of tape off first.
He was running hot, too. That might be why he was so loose. Might be getting water on
Yep, there it is, spewing.
That thing must have 175 gallons of water in it.
I guess I need to pick a better word than puking, right?
No, it's perfect. I said nicely put.
That's what we call it. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you are asking for it. Yes. You see trickle right there?
All right.
You just tell me, cue me when. Okay.
Commercial transportation for this telecast has been provided by Ryder, the official transportation company of Opryland. Hey, have you had a chance yet to check out the new Sony Hardcore 4x4 game? That's right, for Sony PlayStations, TNN Motorsports knows that if you are a racer, you're going to like these games. 6 different kinds of handling and wheel suspensions. You'll feel the fender crunching, and heck, the game gets so real, you're going to have to scrape the mud off your TV sets. What you're going to have to do. It's the Hardcore 4x4 for Sony PlayStation. Available now. Well, what do you think they had to do, Larry Mack, on Randy LaJoie's car?
Well, let's see if we can talk to Randy. Randy LaJoie, this is Larry Mack Reynolds with TNN. Can you talk to me a second? Randy LaJoie, this is Larry Mack Reynolds, TNN. Can you talk to me for just a second? I guess he's not talking or we're not transmitting, Eli.
One of the two, but nevertheless, they had a good bit of work to be done there. And there's Randy as he rides around in the Phenom machine. Again, these laps are not counting. All of this caution, you'll come back under position. I think we've got Randy ready to go now, Larry. Let's pick up the mic again and see.
Randy LaJoie, this is Larry Mack Reynolds with TNN. Can you talk to me?
Well, apparently not quite communicating, but we'll try and work on the loose ends and see what we can do here in just a bit. But I'll tell you, we got 100 laps now, and we'll come back and talk about the conditions that these teams are facing. Lots more to go. Hope you can stay with us. Don't go away. TNN Motorsports is live at the birthplace of the NASCAR stars, the Hickory Motor Speedway.
Sorry about that, Pam.
Not your fault.
Hello?
They're going to green now.
Yeah, we can't talk to him now.
Can't talk to him now.
Oh, hey,
hello,
Matt.
Matt.
Sorry about that. They said go ahead and talk to him, so that's why I said go ahead.
No, it wasn't on their end. It was somewhere. I mean, maybe it was. Who knows? But it was a wire deal, not a human deal.
Bernie says looking at the right rear, he burned off the right rear trying to pass the 8. So they didn't do any major adjustments to him, except drill a bunch of holes in the front end. He was running hot.
All right.
Here he comes on trickle. Get your tape ready.
Trickle overdrove that corner right there.
Yep, bad.
Here comes Speedway.
Look at Speedway. First and second for the birdie prepared cars.
Elton Sawyer to follow.
In racing ground.
Yeah.
Birdie said that. What? Racing with the 8 earlier.
Sure.
That he burned the right rear up. Ooh, Elton Sawyer really something wrong.
Today's exclusive TNN coverage of the Galaxy Foods 400 is brought to you by the Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning. Back underway here at Hickory Motor Speedway, and as quickly as they dropped the green, Randy LaJoie took the lead, brought Tim Fedewa, his corporate teammate, with him, relegating Dick Trickle back to third. And here's what happened as Trickle was leading going into the corner.
See Trickle going down the back straightaway here in the red car. Watch him wash out right here. Randy LaJoie right on the spot there, takes the bottom side, and along comes his teammate Fedewa on the bottom to get by Trickle as they start off towards the back straightaway.
A lot of traffic for some of the teams working off the corner, but not so for LaJoie for the time being. There's some of the traffic. You've got Green and Buckshot Jones. That is 6th and 7th right now. Buckshot's got it. Jeff Green wants it.
You know, Eli, just before we had the break just a second ago, we thought that Randy LaJoie was extremely loose. We talked to his crew chief. He said he wasn't going to do a lot to the car. He burned the right rear up trying to get by this car, Jeff Green, number 8.
And you know, that's a good thing about the way they pit these cars. You can sit there for 3 or 4 laps. You don't have to make spur-of-the-moment decisions. You can look at your tires and maybe make adjustments while you're still sitting there, where if it was a normal pit stop, you don't get to look at your tires because the car's already back on the racetrack.
We're at lap 212. All of those machines on the lead lap. That is 5th, 6th, 7th spot up for grabs. Jeff Green on the move. On the bump.
He's giving Buckshot a little shot there going in the corner. Jeff Green got into it pretty good there, but you can see Buckshot Jones could not get rattled very easily in the double zero.
Unscheduled stop, Phil Parsons. We're riding with him down the pit lane. That's an unscheduled stop for Phil Parsons now at lap 214.
That's your second place man in the point standing.
Matt Yoakum, what was the problem?
Phil Parsons came in just for a quick stop. What happened during the caution, they put a piece of screen over the front grille that had been knocked out. Well, out of the few green flag laps we've had, that screen had already started to come off. It was about to fly off, and they came in and stopped, and then we got to spin in turn 2.
We do, as Buckshot Jones goes around. Jeff Green was right there with him. Caution is on the Speedway, lap 217. Oh, there goes that faulty windshield wiper deal again, but it looks like not a funny situation though for Buckshot.
Eli, that spin started 3 laps ago. You can see Jeff Green hammering just a little bit on Buckshot Jones there in the double zero. Finally, it was deadly.
Here it is again. Let's go back a few moments.
There you see they come down the front straightaway. Jeff Green gets to the inside of Buckshot. There you see Elton Sawyer in front of Buckshot. Jeff gets under him. Buckshot kind of just come down on him right there.
Jeff
so there really wasn't no place for
below
Jeff
the
to
yellow
go.
line there. He had the left side wheels all the way under the yellow line on the inside, the flat part of the racetrack. He really didn't cause that.
So we are under caution. Lap 217. Caution for the 12th time today. Randy LaJoie's bunch continues to lead here at Hickory. All right. Go.
Good old replays. Thank you, Pam. I say thank you, Pam. That was a good replay.
Yes, it was.
Because Jeff Green would have been blamed for all of that.
Yeah. All right. And that's this break coming up here, coming out.
Or that last spin with Buckshot and Jeff.
1 to go.
Come on, Pam. Get with it.
So what's my last shot going to be now? LaJoie and Trickle?
I bet several of them have today.
That's just resting his foot.
Okay, we're going green here.
It's a good shot, though.
Yeah. Up on
Nice and smooth. That's good stuff. That's a restart there. 8100. 8100.
Get off that brake pedal.
Well, he can throw that right foot over in a circle to get real tight. Well, with 21 laps to go,
Welcome back to Hickory. It was at lap 118. Randy LaJoie said, I'm coming through to take the lead. He did just that. And then nearing the halfway point, it was again LaJoie and Dick Trickle battling for the top spot as LaJoie goes on to take the lead, a lead he continues to hold here at Hickory. Welcome back, everybody. That is Randy LaJoie leading in the FINA colors, lap 224 of 300. Meanwhile, in the corner, there's problem. Shane Hall, turn number 1, caution on the Speedway. Lap 225. It'll be 226 when the leaders come by. Shane Hall in the wall, turn number 1. Meanwhile, Steve Bird, team manager for Randy LaJoie, watching this all unfold down on the pit lane.
Birdie, a great day for your team, running 1-2. Can Randy hold off Tim for the win?
I don't know. This is great for base motorsports. Shows how hard these guys work and everything, you know. When they wanted 2, I guess I always told them, you know, whatever goes on, but both finish, you know. So we're pretty good. We burnt the right rear up past the green on that last 100. I think we're all right. You know, we'll see what happens. Timmy's pretty good. I don't know what to say, you know, as long as they don't wreck each other, you know. Hi, Dad.
Well, Randy LaJoie has finished twice. Twice he's finished second here and a third. Last year, Tim Fedewa finished 12th. It'd be a great day if they could finish 1-2 today.
Indeed it would, but it's also a long way from the finish. There are the numbers that Randy LaJoie has enjoyed. You can smile, Randy. Go ahead. 68 starts since 1994, and he's had a passel full of victories, a couple of them already this year. He's an interesting personality. Nice guy, but he can get a little ornery. He can get very, very serious when it needs to be.
Very intense individual, but a hard racer. You know, he gets everything out of that race car that it'll give him, and then he reaches down sometimes and gets a little extra.
if you're buying a racehorse, you walk in that stall, you want him to react. I'm going to tell you that. And that's what Randy LaJoie is. He's a full-fledged racer.
You know, once in a while, Birdie has said he's had to pull the ropes a little bit, but you know what? It's a lot easier to pull a rope than it is to try to push it.
Good line right there. That's Larry McReynolds who
One to go when you get back by, buddy. One to go.
As you hear, getting the one-to-go signal.
71 green laps to the end. Watch your band. Clean up your tires. Outside traffic. NASCAR.
That's the spotter just relaying the pertinent information. That's Chip Warren, one of the NASCAR Busch Series officials, with the stop-and-go paddle in hand as he directs traffic at the end of the pit lane. Lap 228 on the board.
You heard the spotter tell him to clean those tires up again. Once they've run these tires under green flag conditions and slowed down under caution, it picks up rubber, and it'll make the car feel pretty ill until that rubber comes off.
It's as though the judge has walked into the courtroom. All the fans rise together to watch the restart.
You see Phil Parsons rocking away there on that start, gets ahead of Randy LaJoie, trying to make up a lap right now.
Phil Parsons in 20th spot. Trying to stay just ahead and be on the tail end of that lap. He is at the tail end of one lap down, Phil Parsons is. So again, he's not on the tail end of the lead lap, but he was 2 laps down. Is now on the tail end of 1 lap down.
Boy, something's got to give here. Randy LaJoie is in a hurry right now, and he has a bunch of competition. You're riding the Dick Trickle.
Trouble in turn number 1. Up into the wall goes Tracy Leslie this time. To the stripe. Phil cannot get the lap back. And we are under caution. There are the Lysol colors for Tracy Leslie in the wall, lap 232. Phil Parsons tried to stay only 1 lap down, couldn't do it. He is again 2 laps in arrears as LaJoie beat him back to the stripe. Caution number 14 of the afternoon. Still have a lot of racing to go. We're only at lap 233 of 300. We'll be right back.
I'm gonna make him watch the teleprompter. He'd watch the race like he does when he's doing. I didn't even see that wreck. I was watching the teleprompter. When you want me to hush,
you want me to try
like
to talk to LaJoie, or
fine.
You just want me to test it?
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
You know, that's just one of my. I was looking at your monitor, buddy, and I just saw that happen right there.
LaJoie.
I'm looking this way.
Yeah, and I was looking to that
The
one.
speaker might not be working. The switch turns the speaker
Tracy
on
Leslie
and
has
off.
wiped out
And
many
Randy
cars.
could hear you loud and clear,
Yeah.
but you just weren't talking back to him.
Randy, this is Larry with TNN. Can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, we're at break right now. We get a caution and everything's settled down. We may try to talk to you when we're back on the air.
Yeah.
10-4.
Hey, if you look at the 63 car, he lost a right rear wheel. It's laying down, or it was laying down in the grass.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
when he hit the wall, though?
Yeah, just
Right. I mean, I haven't moved my mic.
I don't know if it was when he hit the wall or not, but I just looked up. He was in
Yeah.
the fence, and the tire with the wheel was rolling down along the
right.
apron in grass.
Hold, help your water temp, Randy. Oh, we're good.
we're good.
Very good. I don't have those live reads.
I guess.
I don't have. What's these here? Hang on. I got it. There you see the remains of the Lysol Pontiac as the Hensley team will survey the damage. There you see Tracy Leslie moving away. He's talking with Jeff Hensley. Hensley is with Hubert Hensley, the owners of that racing team, and they're discussing together what transpired. So Tracy Leslie out of the event, along with Mike Olson, Tim Bender, and Jerry Robertson.
Randy LaJoie, this is Larry McReynolds with TNN. Do you read me?
Gotcha, Larry and TNN.
Okay, bud, you're at the front of the pack. You got your teammate behind you, 65 laps to go. That car's still kind of working like you'd like it to.
Good enough to put us up front. We're in pretty good shape. I heated up my good years when I was up on the outside of the 8 and the 64 car, but I'm trying to baby this right rear and see if I got another 60 laps in me.
We've heard of a lot of water temperature problems today. Everything looking good on your water temperature?
Yeah, this guy's on the race team. They opened up the front a little bit, put a couple holes in it, just get some air in it. As long as we're out front, we'll be okay.
Okay, bud, good luck and take care.
That was Randy LaJoie, and you saw very briefly the holes that they had there. There you see, right there underneath the word Monte Carlo, the extra air vents that they have. By the way, tomorrow on TNN Motorsports, you can get an update on all the latest news in the world of racing on race day. Rick Benjamin will have the results, highlights, plus a whole lot more. That is tomorrow at noon Eastern, right here on TNN Motorsports. And also coming up tomorrow on TNN Motorsports, NASCAR Garage. It's a weekly half-hour look behind the scene at the people and the machines of NASCAR racing. That's coming up tomorrow morning at 11:30 Eastern Time, also on TNN Motorsports. We mentioned it earlier, but it's certainly worthy of a return mention. Next weekend, the NASCAR Busch and Winston Cup teams heading to the Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. CBS Sports will have live coverage for you a week from today, the Coca-Cola 300. That is Saturday, April the 5th at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And then the very next day, a week from tomorrow, Sunday, April the 6th, it'll be the Interstate Batteries 500, also from the Texas Motor Speedway. All live on CBS Sports. That's coming up next weekend from Texas Motor Speedway.
See Tracy Leslie's car there, the 63, the rear wheel come completely off that car. That's why he spun and got into the wall.
So at lap 240, 60 laps from the finish, this one is anything but settled. Stop. Don't touch that dial. We're coming back. Well, no, I think it came loose when he hit the
Eli?
wall. Look, I couldn't tell. Yeah.
Hey, Eli, do you think sometime before this thing ends, if we get another caution, maybe I could mention that, you know, Billy Nazowitz is LaJoie's crew chief. He also used to crew chief for Richie Evans.
Yeah.
25 years ago today, they won a feature here at Hickory.
Sure, it's a good piece. Pam, you got that deal that Matt set up? That'll be a good piece to do here.
Rock and roll.
Sure. Yeah. Buddy, have you ever been in a race here that was stopped because of a funeral?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll lead you to that. We were. Martha, you and I. There you see the Hickory Motor Speedway down below. That is the Catawba Memorial Gardens, a cemetery that overlooks turns 1 and 2, and that is the final resting spot of racing great Bobby Isaac, who is interred just over there behind turns 1 and 2. And you know, this is a very interesting track. We signed on the air, Larry, about the personality of a short track. This is one of the tracks, and buddy, you've been in races. I've broadcast races here where we've had to stop and throw the red flag middle of the day because there has been a funeral going on in the Catawba Memorial Gardens. It's an agreement they have in the racetrack that when the mourning family arrives, they throw the red flag so the graveside service can go on without the drone of race cars in the background.
Exactly. That's, you know, it's only right that they do that. That graveyard's been there. And let me tell you, racing can wait.
Indeed so. One of the interesting side stories to the Hickory Motor Speedway. Of course, the big story today, Base Motorsports. Randy LaJoie, Tim Fedowa, they are first and second here this afternoon as we work this caution flag. It is the 14th of the afternoon. It's a pretty darn good numbers right there as the field now gets the 1 to go signal with Randy LaJoie trying to get his 3rd victory of the season. Of course, he's got some pretty powerful help down there. You know, Matt, we've talked about the team manager, if you will, Steve Bird. I mentioned Billy Nasowitz a little while ago also.
Eli, you know, if you look back to the history books, 25 years ago today, Billy Nazowitz was in the pits here at Hickory calling the shots for the late Richie Evans. They went on to win that day, and he told me he'd like nothing better to give him a great thrill to put Randy LaJoie in victory lane here at one of the traditional tracks on the Busch circuit.
Indeed, some good history here at this track. Race cars and racing personalities alike. And we are back under green, lap 245 on the board.
Well, Phil Parsons got a great jump the first time when they started back after that little break there. But you can see Randy LaJoie said none of this the second time out.
I think he knew what to expect that time and shut the door on him in a hurry.
And Phil's still 2 laps down. Dick Trickle is on the move again. He's trying to close in. There you see the 64, that red machine just working the inside of the racetrack around some traffic. There's Dick. The 43 not on the lead lap, Dennis Setzer, but the man 36 is Todd Bodine. A little squirrely off the corner there.
Todd Bodine, you can see his car's in very, very good shape. He hadn't really hit anybody today. He's leading in the point standings. I'm sure he just wants a great finish here today at Hickory.
Now, we bragged earlier on number 57, Jason Keller. There he is, closing even up more on the leaders now. Keller has picked up a ton of positions today, 17 spots that he has picked up, and his car is remarkably clean, which is a heck of an accomplishment in any short track.
The thing about it, he's got a good race car, but at a track like this where it's so hard to pass, the closer you get to the front, the harder it is to get by the next car in front of you.
Indeed, but the Slim Jim bunch doing well. If you're a Tracy Leslie fan, he is back on the racetrack now, many laps down after the accident of earlier. But Jeff Hensley and the boys have worked on the Lysol team car to get it back on the speedway. sixth place battle right there between Jason Keller, the 57, Jeff Green behind him in the 8th, Mike McLaughlin in the Royal Oak charcoal car, number 34, having a super run today. It's been a bit of a touch-and-go start to their 97 season, having a good run today.
You know, you talk about all these cars. We've run 250 laps, and we still have got 18 cars showing on the lead lap.
Of course, a lot of cautions will help in that. When you're about to go a lap down, a caution will come out and save you in many instances.
There you see him trying to go 3 deep through 3 and 4. That just won't work here, will it, buddy?
No, I was just watching Jeff Green got into Phil Parsons really hard as they come through the corner there. It was just a racing count, but I'll tell you what, it's about turning around. See, he's still working on Phil Parsons. Phil made an unscheduled stop just a little while ago under the green. He's 2 laps down, but he's fighting like a tiger right now. Second place in the points. He can't just roll over and play dead.
That's Johnny Chapman there, the 89, with problems as he limps down the back straightaway and towards turn number 3. He's had a tough day.
Very, very tough. 2 spins. Got into the wall down here with... I think it was Shane Hall earlier, so he's had a pretty tough day. Looks like he's done though now.
Right, he was involved with Mike Olson and Shane Hall earlier, and he does make it around to the pit lane, so we'll stay under green. There goes Keller again, trying to get around Dennis Setzer in the 43. Dennis is not on the lead lap. Good scramble for a spot. That's for 6.
See Jason Keller there in the Slim Jim car. He is really working on Jeff Green. Really smooth back in the crowd. Jason Keller is running a super race today.
The harder these guys have to race like this, the more it's just using their tires up more and more as they run.
Meanwhile, up front, there you have the battle for the lead among the corporate teammates. Randy LaJoie in the 74, Tim Fedewa in the 33, both driving for Base Motorsports.
Steve Bird takes a drink of water and says, you better not wreck either one of those cars.
You know what, Fedewa, one of the deals this year, and they really worked hard to rectify it this week. Very honestly, they just didn't get really good pit stops in the first few races this year. It was really a major problem. And Tim said the guys practiced pit stops all week long. And though that may or may not be a huge story today because of the way the yellows were thrown and the scoring stopped for 5 laps, it certainly is going to be a story next week and in weeks to come.
Eli, we're talking about the 2 lead cars, but just behind them there, you see who's coming. Dick Trickle is moving in right now towards the lead.
For those of you tuning in, expecting to see This Week in Country Music at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, you'll be seeing it in its entirety as soon as this event from Hickory Motor Speedway concludes. They are down to the final 36 laps of the Galaxy Food 300. So again, This Week in Country Music in its entirety as soon as we crown a winner here at Hickory.
Larry, it looks to me like Dick Trickle may have his car set up for long runs. The further they go, the better that car works. And right now, he's moving in on the front 2 cars. He took the lead with just a few laps before the 100-lap mark a while ago for that competition yellow. He's working.
His car is really working through the middle of the corner. Fedewa's car is working good through the middle of the corner, but Joy just got enough fight up off the corner that he pulled those guys just a little bit up off turn 4. They're pretty much nose to tail right there as they go down the front stretch.
Meanwhile, old Todd Bodine just championing along in 4th spot right now. Another very consistent run for him as the leader in the NASCAR Busch Series point standings.
I'm going to speculate right now that loose condition that Randy LaJoie has is coming back because he's actually holding 2nd and 3rd place up.
He's got about 70 laps on these tires, and you know it's about this time in the 2nd segment that his tires really begin to go away.
It was, exactly. Lap 269. LaJoie the leader, Fedewa was 2nd, Trickle is 3rd, Todd Bodine is 4th, Jeff Green is 5th, Elton Sawyer is 6th, Jason Keller 7th, Mike McLaughlin runs in 8th. You've got 9th spot going to Mark Green, and 10th, a good run for Randy Porter.
Well,
and now
Fedewa
2nd spot. Oh, and there's trouble on the main straightaway. Randy Porter with a lot of smoke from behind his automobile. Everything happens at once and gives second spot to Dick Trickle.
Dick Trickle moved the 33 car out of the way there. He just touched Fedewa just enough to get him a little bit sideways, made that move in a second. Todd Bodine is now moving in, trying to make that pass too.
And pulling onto the pit lane, Randy Porter in the UniFirst Uniforms entry. There he is. We were just saying how great a run he was having. He was in the top 10. No sooner we say that than smoke erupts from beneath that automobile. Now, the battle heating up right there. Fedewa, Todd Bodine, that's third and fourth.
You watch Tim Fedewa's car in the center part of the corner there. It looks like Todd Bodine may have just a little bit better car as they start down in the corner. But boy, it's going to be tough. They make contact there. You can see the two cars were looking back from Dick Trickle's car. The two cars made pretty heavy contact in the center part of the corner.
Now in the last segment, remember it was at lap 200, which would mean this time around at lap 300 that Trickle took the lead by inches on LaJoie. Could we be setting up for a similar scenario? We'll find out. The battle for the lead continues. Don't leave us. We're coming right back.
You watch LaJoie's hands as he comes off the way. It looks like it won't turn.
I can hear you a little better now. You're really breaking up bad. Every time you talk, I can barely hear you because you just keep cutting in and out. I was talking to someone trying to find out what the deal was.
Bodine, once he hit him, he's back right up.
Eli.
Whoa,
Yo.
look at this. He's under him.
Since LaJoie is leading, well, he was, since he's running up front, and Bill Parsons has had a bad day. He's a couple laps down.
Oh, God,
he was only like 34 points behind him for second place.
How about Trickle?
Huh? Yeah, he used the chrome horn there.
That's pretty awesome.
That was maybe a race-winning move if it didn't make Randy real mad.
So they're still going to catch some of that lap traffic, though.
You watch Trickle, though. He'll just start moving away now if he can get by this Stevie Reeves car.
Well, it ain't over, boys. This is a hell of a show.
Yeah, it is. We ain't going to talk about it being over.
We're clean to the finish from here.
He may have the fastest car on the track. He just got a bad break.
Yeah. Discreet pool.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, and the cheering you are hearing is from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. Their favorite grandfather has taken the lead here at Hickory. Dick Trickle is now leading in the Galaxy Foods 300. Here's how he did it.
Okay, you're riding with Dick Trickle down in the corner. You can see Randy LaJoie in the 74. They pick up the throttle. Here comes Trickle on the inside, gets a good run up out of the corner. They head down into turn one. Now, right now, he makes a pretty impressive move. As they start down the back straightaway, they're side by side. Trickle just keeps inching away.
And going into turn number 3, Dick Trickle grabbed the lead. So for the second time today, but maybe for the most important time today, with 14 laps to go, Trickle has the advantage over Randy LaJoie and Tim Fedewa. There's a lot of traffic to negotiate. Matt, what's the feeling like down in Trickle's pit right now?
Eli, you can cut the tension with a knife. They've been in this position a couple of times over the past year. Remember Milwaukee, and then back in Las Vegas. Brian Shaver, you've been in this spot before. Can you hold on and finally break through, get a victory today?
Well, Dorland Chevrolet's got good running going today. No matter what happens, I just hope we can make it to the end where we're at.
You've got that Tim Fedewa car knock on your door. Can you hold him off?
I think we're a little better than what Randy is on the long run. Let's hope we can make it to the end.
So there you see what's going on in second spot behind Dick Trickle. And like you said, the long runs, that was something we saw earlier. Oh, and Jeff Green in the 8th. Here goes Todd Bodine, who is inside. They'll swap positions in 4th and 5th.
Tim Speedway in the 33 car is quicker than Randy LaJoie, but Randy has got the preferred line on the outside, and he does not want to wreck his teammate. The Speedway, I think, could run Dick Trickle down if it could ever get by Randy LaJoie.
9 laps to go. 9 laps to go. Dick Trickle in his 51st career NASCAR Busch Series start.
Still coming.
There's Trickle.
A lot of lap traffic.
He's right behind Shane Hall, getting held up a moment by Hall.
He almost made a collision there on the back end of Shane Hall as they come out of the corner. One thing he does not need right now is lap traffic.
Meanwhile, Speedway wants 2nd spot. And if he can get around LaJoie, can Speedway chase down Trickle in 7 laps?
I think that Trickle has a problem. He made contact with Shane Hall, and he seems to be backing up with the 2 cars running 2nd and 3rd now.
Only 2.5 miles to go. 7 more laps around this track. 7 laps on this track equals 2.5 miles.
What Dick Trickle needs is exactly what's going on right there, though. He needs those guys to keep racing each other hard. As you see Jeff Green keep trying to stick his nose up in there.
Have to go. You're okay. You're okay.
Lap 295.
Buddy, Jeff Green's car's not working too bad right now, but that's 2nd grade.
He's trying to make the move on the outside there for 3rd spot.
He's not going to get the inside. If he goes around, it's going to have to be on the outside.
He'd have to have a bulldozer to go by on the inside. Look at Jeff Green, though, making a move on 10 feet away down the back straightaway.
That would be 3rd spot. You're also watching there 5th and 6th place. Now back up to Speedway and Green. Behind 2nd place, LaJoie.
I can tell you this, Dick Trickle made contact. Once he found out he didn't have a tire problem, he has checked out right now in the lead. But look at his great race for 3rd.
2 to go this time. 2 more times around for Dick Trickle. You know, a year ago, he had the best car here and lost an oil pump belt.
Whoa, heavy contact there by Jeff Green.
Now they come to the white flag. Dick Trickle, who finished 2nd at Charlotte in May of 1996, and 2nd just a couple of weeks ago in Las Vegas here on TNN, is trying in his 51st start to win his first NASCAR Busch Series race. Dick Trickle and Shoemaker Racing Team going to victory lane. He led twice today for 25 laps. Great scramble for 2nd between Base Motorsports, but look at that. And what a smile, I'm sure, is on the face of the White Knight. Yep, there he is. Dick Trickle waving, smiling. And he's going to be joining us in victory lane, a winner, as he has been everywhere else in his career. Now it's in the NASCAR Busch Series. We're coming right back to hear from today's winner.
See if he lights up a cigarette on
Yeah.
the cool down.
That was pretty neat.
That was good.
Pretty awesome. He knew he could not let that lap traffic fool with him at all.
See the front end?
51st.
He really snagged Shane Hall. Did you see it?
Yeah. He had 2 seconds, and this is his first win. Yeah.
Look at that front end. Look at that right front corner, Eli. Looks like a bulldog bit.
Yeah. Look at that.
You could get a shot of that front end on the 64
right there,
car.
right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's
Caption,
typical.
caption of that, but I'm the winner.
That's Hickory.
Wow.
Sam, he was sharp.
Oh.
2nd at Las Vegas this year. 2nd at Las Vegas this year.
Well, how about it? Smiles on the faces all around. Dick Trickle still accepting the accolades. He has his IROC helmet on, the International Race of Champions, for which Dick Trickle is one of the test drivers, along with Jim Sauter and Dave Marcus. As a matter of fact, he's going from here, he said, to test the IROC machines next week. So Dick Trickle, a busy man. Crowd is just eating it up. I mean, this has been such a pop, and they may still love Randy LaJoie and Fido and Green and Bodine and all the rest. This, though, is a hugely popular victory, and Dixon, no rush. He's going to savor this one. 51st career start. He'd won a couple of Busch poles, 3 Busch poles actually, but this is the first win, Matt Yoakum.
Well, Dick, you said the hearing may be messed up, but boy, the driving sure is. Congratulations, 51 starts, finally your first.
Well, you know, I think a guy runs 50 races, he ought to win one, you know, and I haven't run a lot of Busch, but I got to get a little credit to the Durham people, you know, Sonny and Mark out there, you know, because they fund us. And, you know, Brian, the crew chief, and, you know, LW, Ted, you know, Jake, all the guys on the crew, you know, Chris. I'm telling you, I got a super bunch of guys there. Ray, my fabricator, came here to pit today, and he usually got to stay in the shop working on the cars. But I'd like to say hi to my Wins Cup crew up there. They're up in Richmond getting my car ready for Texas, which we got a car going there, too. And all experience I'm getting with them guys, you know, helps this. And I think Busch helps Cup, Cup helps Busch. You don't want an old man like me to get rusty, do you?
Hey, you know, you told me before the race today, Dick, you said, boy, it seems like in Milwaukee, one kind of slipped away. What was going through your mind when you had the little incident with Shane Hall with less than 20 to go?
Well, the track wasn't tearing up here, so I thought, you know, I ain't got no excuses this time. And it's a deal where I did a little, you know, I don't know what he did there. Hey, there's a big winner, Jeff. Thank you. No, I tell you what, I said Dick Trickle needs to win one for his family. You know, my wife, she stays there and keeps track of scoring and all that. And instead of watching the tapes, she does like a 3-page deal, and I can read the whole race after it's done because she listens to radio and TV. And, you know, I need to win one for my wife and kids and family. All my kids that are here, they can't be too far away. There she is right here. The daughter, right here. Come on. My 2 kids are here. Right here, my boy, Mickey, Todd, Chad, and it's just been a long time coming. But I need to win one for my fans, my family. They stuck with me through thick and thin, you know, and I need to win one for Dick Trickle.
Hey, Dick, you know, you started the day 6th in points. You're going to take over 5th. You hadn't planned on running the entire schedule last year. Looks like you guys are going to be maybe running for the points now.
Well, you know, the Heilig-Meyer Ford with Judy and them guys is my priority. So this has to take second to everything. And, you know, we did make Myrtle Beach. You know, Judy let me take late practice off if we ran early practice good at Michigan one year. And last year, and I went down to Myrtle Beach and run that race from the back. And, you know, but we'll see how the Wins Cup, you know, that's my primary goal is get that Heilig-Meyer car going. These guys can keep this one going for me.
Well, tears of jubilation running wild down here in Victory Lane, Eli.
It is indeed a very, very emotional time. Of course, Dick's nephew, Chris Trickle, still hospitalized in Las Vegas after being the victim of a drive-by shooting there a while ago. Maybe this is the kind of medicine he needs. At least we can only hope and pray.
Man, that was good stuff with,
Yeah,
the
boy.
mom, with the daughter.
That was great. Good stuff, Matt. Good work.
Daughter and
All right,
father.
tell the camera guy to go down here to the 74 truck. I'm running down there to try to get him.
Sounds like you're out of breath.
He's running. We're filling till 28. Yeah.
When I was Matt's age, I could run 35 miles, couldn't you? Look at him go. Go, Matt, go. Now, there's why you want a young pit guy. Look at this guy carrying the camera. That was a good show.
That was a good show.
Yes, sir.
It was a good telecast.
I don't even have to ask.
He's somewhere. I don't know where.
Do a good job up here, too.
Oh, I enjoy it. You guys make it easy.
All right.
Okay, now we're running back.
Now we could have an ice cream, and the guy shuts the thing down.
Yeah, well, you know. See, the Busch Series fans spend money. The late model stock car fans
for a
don't.
Battery. Yeah, you can send some ice cream in here.
He said, I'm going to beat the crowd, guys. Goodbye.
Hey,
Good race.
Did Randy take over second in points?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Be close. Many cars is on the lead lap.
Randy LaJoy take
Could
over.
we start figuring some points out, Bill, possibly? He's doing it.
He was only 39 back.
I would say he took it over.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Well,
Bodine was right there.
There's not 39-point difference. That's 4, 8,
No,
12.
see.
No. There's only a...
But Phil Parsons was second, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from where he finished, there was only 4, 8, 12...
Okay, I thought he was talking about taking over second.
No, this is the lead, I think. All right.
This year can be a hell of a year for me because, Judy and all the guys up there at the shop, I'm telling you, they're doing a super job, man. That's a safe, clean race cars.
Well, we certainly appreciate your saying that. We love to bring you NASCAR Busch Series racing like we've had here today at the Hickory Motor Speedway. Matt Yoakum is making his way to the garage. He's caught up with Randy LaJoy.
Well, Randy, second place. You told me if you treated Ellie Mae fine, she would do you well, and you almost got a victory today.
Yeah, we wore her out a little too quick on those runs. Hey, to finish second to Dick Trickle on a short track, he's a legend. Shoemakers are good people. I'm glad for those guys. They needed to win, but they didn't have to beat us. But he was a little bit better. About 20 to go than we were. I told the guys not to adjust the car. I thought I burned the tires up the second run up on the outside of the 8 car, but this being a Chevrolet Monte Carlo run really good, and boy, I had a blast today. I had a lot of fun.
Hey, more importantly, you gained a lot of points on both Todd Bodine and Phil Parsons.
Todd probably finished right behind us. He was back there in the mirror, so it's still a long season. We almost had a shot at another win. Teammate was right behind us, man. Well, what a good show. I enjoyed it.
Hey, another great day on a traditional short track. Let's catch up with Todd Bodine here in a minute.
All right, we'll be getting a thought from Todd Bodine here in just a bit. Randy LaJoy, by the way, led 255 laps today. But, they don't give you points for that, basically, in the Busch Series.
The brass ring is what you're after.
Indeed it was. They're the unofficial finishing positions. Dick Trickle, Randy LaJoy, his Base Motorsport teammate Tim Fedewa, Jeff Green, and Todd Bodine. Elton Sawyer had a super run today. And we talked about Jason Keller. He comes home in 7th. There you see Hermie Sadler, Buckshot Jones, champion. Oh, Greg Sachs had a good run after getting caught up in that early caution. He finishes 15th. Bill Parsons down in 19th. And Kevin LePage, champion, home in 20th spot. Taking you all the way back, that's where Jason the Jet Jarrett wrapped up in 21st position. On down the line to some of the fellows who had problems. Poor old Tim Bender. Every one of those days just didn't pay to get out of bed. He had a tough day today. And then the final positions going to the 61 of Mike Olson. Todd Bodine came home unofficially in 5th. There he is.
Well, our point leader came home 5th today. Another top 5 run for you here. Wasn't a win, but more importantly, that bigger picture of the title.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you don't have a car to win the race, you got to be there at the end of the race to get the most points. And our car was a little off. We started the race a little bit on the loose side. We made some changes before the race, and it was a little too loose. And the first competition caution, we were able to tighten it back up, make some major adjustments, and actually got a little too tight. And the second one, we loosened it up and got it a little too loose. So we chased it a little bit all day, but the Stanley Pontiac was there all day. It was right in the front. It was a little bit of a handful, but, hey, that's what we get paid the big bucks for, I guess. But we're real happy. Harnage and all the people sponsor us. We got a lot of good people supporting us and a good crew. And, to come out of Hickory still leading the points, we're pretty happy with it.
They're pretty happy with that indeed, as they now go on to Texas.
And it is a 48-point lead now for Todd Bodine over Randy LaJoy and Phil Parsons. We'll take a look at the points for you when we come back to Hickory in a moment. All right.
Well, the crowd is staying here today.
Well, they've got the other race coming up.
Yeah, and that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
They really aren't.
Shower in Victory Lane. Dick Trickle, a winner at Hickory. And the Victory Lane ceremonies continue for the Duralube team. Dennis Shoemaker and the fellas celebrating. Todd Bodine continues to show the way in points. unofficially Randy LaJoy in second, then Phil Parsons, Jeff Green, and Dick Trickle. But the points do tighten up among the top two.
Boom.
Yo. Yeah.
We're going to win some more. Congratulations to that old man. He showed us some fun stuff today, but we'll be back in Texas. Got a good car for there. Looking forward to it. How did Jake retire after spun? He just wanted to retire out. I bowled him, tried to get it spun around, you know, and keep from hitting everybody there. And just bowled it.
Yeah.
Hanging on there.
And this is our last segment. All right.
Quite a lineup.
Hee-haw. Hee-haw. Oh. That's the Bagel Barn.
Yeah, this is a broadcast that has gone from the Bagel Barn to Cornfield County.
Hee-haw. We had a girl from New York wait on us up at Applebee's the other day.
Yeah, she was funny.
That was so funny.
Yeah, she said she wanted us to sign a cutout of a poster. She goes, would you sign this poster?
Poster.
Poster.
Racing here coming on second and third. Pretty good in my opinion. And so the tie there, 1-1. The final deciding nomination stands.
You did a wonderful job. You never know you were sick.
You never sneezed once. You believe that? Oh, ooh.
Really? Mrs. Snotsky. We thought we had a puke up here in the booth, too.
Uh-oh. Puking of the water.
Well, I had fun today, guys.
Today's exclusive TNN coverage of the Galaxy Foods 400 has been brought to you by Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. And by Federated Auto Parts Stores. Professional advice, brand name parts. So Dick Trickle is in Victory Lane with his whole family and the crew and a very, very happy bunch of guys from the Duralube Racing team. Let's remind you about what's upcoming here on TNN Motorsports on Saturday, April the 19th. We'll all be with you from Nashville, Tennessee, the Bell South Mobility Opryland 320, these same NASCAR Busch Series drivers. Saturday, April 19th, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's here on TNN Motorsports. That very same weekend, I'll be joining you along with other members of our crew from Phoenix International Raceway. Sunday, April the 20th, we'll have the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in the Desert Star Classic. That is Sunday afternoon, April the 20th. Of course, tomorrow, even though it is Easter Sunday, we're not going to forget your racing information needs. Rick Benjamin and the crew will be along with Race Day tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Time. For those of you who were tuned in at 6 o'clock hoping to see This Week in Country Music, it is coming up in its entirety as soon as we leave the air. And following This Week in Country Music, our friends from Cornfield County will be along with Hee Haw. That also comes up this evening here on TNN. Well, quite a weekend. Happy Easter, guys. Have a good time tomorrow with the family.
You do the same thing.
The voices of Larry McReynolds and Buddy Baker. Matt Yoakum was down on the pit lane today. I'm Eli Gold. We thank you so much for joining us. And, of course, a big handshake and congratulations all around for Dick Trickle, who continues to be, without a doubt, America's winningest race car driver. Until we talk next, you have a great Easter weekend with the family. For the whole bunch here at TNN Motorsports, thanks for joining us at Hickory. We'll see you soon. So long from the birthplace of NASCAR stars.